You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Rather than trying to sweep it up with some force, down low hole, and they score again. Jackson Blake, and it's 2-0. Due to the light of the crowd, St. Theodore, beautiful pass. Stone takes the slant shot and scores. McNabb sealing the penalty with Lausanne. That was free. They score again, and it's Jordan Stahl. Dragging Blake along. Anderson circles the net. Centers one. They score. William Carlson makes it 3-2. Looks like it might have been challengeable as well. Riley gives this a ride left field. Larnick is back at the track, testing the pole again. That's gone down the line.
Freeman to center field, a base hit. Number 2,500 in his career. As the Dodgers pour it on in Pittsburgh.
And he hits it high in the air into deep right center field. Carter's at the wall, into the water. A monster. Caglione Jack, his second of the night.
Welcome in. Good morning. It's Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
Welcome, man.
All right. Welcome in. It's like German.
Welcome.
Welcome in?
Welcome in.
Yeah, that's how it works. I'm pretty sure.
I was in a one of those little thrift novelty Spencer downtown knockoff granola hippie places.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if all those adjectives apply, but
To the same place? That seems like quite the place.
well,
Did you have white people with dreads?
No,
Oh, okay.
not so. This is different. I'm not sure. The girl that checked this out had on like these things that came up to her ankles and they ruffled at the top with Converse. Her hair was in puffs. It was parted down the middle, and she had Harley Quinn makeup on.
Oh, okay.
So it was
One of those.
yeah. And the other guy that was sorting out all the stickers for the displays had on a camouflage headband and blue tinted glasses with his hair in a bun.
Oh, I think I know where you were.
So I wasn't like, I'm
It
not.
just sounds like a fun place.
You should take an 8-year-old. It's a lot going on.
No, not that. No.
It's a lot going on in there. I was at Imaginarium. That's the story I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah. I
yesterday.
thought maybe you went to additional places.
No, I wanted to go into Homer's, but I don't know. I don't have anything to play anything I would get at Homer's.
Yeah, that is the problem. I don't have like a CD player anymore, I don't think.
And I wonder if
I do have a record player. I have a couple
my
record
mom
players.
has my old, I guess you'd call it a boom box.
Yeah.
And it has detachable speakers. It's sitting downstairs in the basement.
You
It
can get
plays
other things there.
cassettes.
You can get cassettes and movies.
Matter of
probably
fact, I
games.
think one of my old
I'm guessing.
cassettes is in that thing.
Which one do you think it is?
It's a side A, side B, so it's probably very R&B-ish.
Oh, like you made one?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a album.
No.
Did
There's
you
a
make
lot
it
of
for somebody or just for yourself?
myself.
Is it still
but
called
I
an
forget.
album on a cassette? Is album like a general term?
I don't know. I have it's actually my brother's. The only thing I have that spends
Mhm.
other than my mind is I have a purple 45 from Prince.
Oh, nice.
It's probably not worth much. This looks
Looked cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It's in what you'd call purple tissue paper.
Yeah, like the little sleeve,
Yeah.
but not like the big cardboard sleeve. Like
No,
just the protective.
It's a little guy.
Yeah.
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 I like how we kind of eased into this because I was fully prepared to not enjoy your company this morning.
I know, but I turn it around every day.
Yeah, it's a very slow start. Rico, I said, I now this, in my defense, I think this is very difficult to read.
What
So
daddy is?
I handed it to my friend and I said, hey, what does this say? I want to know where this is from. And this is exactly what Ravi did. Ravi goes, it says, get your goddamn eyes checked because you clearly can't. I said, wait a minute. That's, first of all, we don't use the Lord's name in vain. Second of all, that's not what this says.
Do you want to really get into it?
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
what'd be really funny though is if that's actually
not
what it
that
said.
means. What is
That's not what that verse means.
Yeah,
at all.
I understand.
First of all, God's not his name. It's a title. Secondly,
are you really giving me the theologian lesson?
Yeah, because you're hitting me with the don't use the Lord's name in vain, and I didn't.
So what's his name?
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yahweh is the Lord's name.
That's why he has such an affinity for AJ Ferrari. That's the deep cut.
Yeah, I do not.
But AJ doesn't pronounce it
Name.
Yahweh.
Closer there. We're in the neighborhood there.
How did AJ pronounce it? Because it wasn't Yahweh.
It was the translation he was using was Hebrew.
Yeah. The like Hebrew without being transliterated into like English letters sounds a little different. There's like a V in there, I think.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it says, so I'm not going to try to. But yeah, A, God title, not name. B, not what that verse means. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, like maybe we don't go like and do the crusades in God's name and like murder a bunch of people.
Correct.
Like that's more of a concern, I think.
Vain is a very broad scope because it is basically for your own gluttonous usage of the term.
Correct. And I
vain, all encompassing.
have landed on God doesn't care so much about naughty language and cares more about murdering people and in his name.
Did you just say naughty? Have you been around me too
Yeah.
much? Like, I love how you just low-key deflected that you were basically a jerk. That's cool.
No,
we made it about everything else other than the fact you couldn't just tell me that this said whatever it says.
I was definitely a jerk. That's not up for debate. The part that I took umbrage with was that you said I used the Lord's name in vain, which I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not debating the fact that I was a jerk. I did it on purpose.
Just a mere technique. Oh, that's even better.
It was because I thought it was funny.
I'm not going to use this pen anymore.
I agree. And I did tell you what it said after, though.
I can't even remember. I was so shook. It was unnecessary. It just was kind of a lot like these press conferences yesterday. Rico, I have some questions.
You got questions?
Rico, you would consider yourself a very staunch fan, right?
Sure, why not?
You are a New York Knickerbocker. That's with a CK.
I can't say it.
Well, because you screw it up. You have tendencies.
Nicola.
It's not what you said.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
My guy.
dude said Nicola, and I was like, what?
Not true.
Who?
Nicola. Like Rico.
You're
For those keeping track at home, we're at 2 of 3 of the topics our boss told us not to talk about.
Oh,
Yep.
Lord.
And we're definitely going to hit on the third. That's the funny part.
We are at 8 minutes into the show.
Okay, wait a minute. It's race, religion, and what?
Politics, I would think. We haven't hit politics yet, have we?
We're about to.
Yes, so then we're at 2 of 3. Yes.
No, this is not a political question.
Rico, did Trump break the Knicks streak?
100%.
There it
he did.
is.
We just got started.
Man fell asleep in the third quarter.
Wait, so AJ's here. That light's on?
Yeah, lights on.
Yeah, so here's what's happening.
Okay.
Number one, my vision is extremely blurry.
Did you see Headley?
No, hey, I'm afraid. When we start like this,
Rico, can you read it? I don't want to.
Knickerbocker, please.
see, when we get started like
At
this,
least he didn't use the.
when the stream is at an all-time, it's
I know they're gonna be tuned up today.
yeah, like I'm just trying to fast forward. But I do have some legit questions for a super fan.
Ask Rico.
And maybe this pertains to you, but you're not maybe at the Draymond Green angle, because I don't know any team you like super honk for other than Golden State professionally. These are different than collegiate press conferences.
Yes. Yeah.
Rico, do you get to a point where you're sick of your own team, even as a fan of said team?
Yeah, quite often.
Okay. Do you just want to tell them, like, this is unnecessary, zip it, too much of this, too much of that?
Yeah. Are you talking about like right now?
Have you reached that phase with your team right now?
No, because I feel like I'm on this. It's close. but I don't think so because I'm kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
So just like
You
the
agree with them still?
huh?
You agree with what they're saying, so you're not like sick of them yet?
Yeah, not quite yet. There was like the 5-minute rant that Mike Brown went on seemed like a little much. I understand what he was trying to do and what the message he was trying to get across, but like it seemed like a little bit much.
Okay.
But right now with like Jalen, like they're trying to bait it out of him. Like the first, like right after the game, and they're like, "What happened on that play with Victor?" And he's like, "Whatever you saw is what you saw." Like I get that.
Okay. So you guys get on me about this all the time that there's lots of people or lots of teams that I cheer for that have players that drive me up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you listen to like Josh Hart do a press conference and you're like, yeah, that's my Knick?
Yeah, I do.
That's incredible. Like, okay.
There are like sometimes where Josh
judging. I get it. I'm gonna need you to
sorry, I wasn't ready for you to say it like that.
I get it. There are times where Josh like doesn't take things serious at all. And I'm like, hey, I really wish that you would answer the question seriously and not make jokes about Jalen's big head and how much you like Mike and Ike's and stuff like that. But there are other times where I'm like, you know what? It's fun. It's fine to have like some levity and just laugh about things right now.
You know how I felt about Yaxel for Michigan? I was like, hey, can we stop giggling for like 2 seconds here?
Yeah, that was annoying.
Like, you're being weird. Knock it off.
Yeah, that was annoying. I just, you know, because sometimes I feel like I'm just old and crotchety. And so.
Sorry, Husker Gnome. That's funny.
That's funny.
Unbelievable.
That's funny.
Hey, for our podcast listeners, could someone read that?
Yeah, I got it. Husker Gnome said the Knicks can still win the last game if Mike Pence has the courage.
And Rico, for our podcast listeners, once again, could you just explain what that joke means?
Yeah, so
I was like biting the blanket.
Wow.
What a pull.
That's really funny.
Like, what a.
That's like it's like a deep cut, but it's not a deep cut.
Right?
It was
like,
not in the Rolodex though. I
like,
would not have come up with that.
Sensational from a creativity standpoint.
It really is. I'm like, hats off to you.
Honestly, invite him to the game.
That's a good joke.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Put him in the box on the opposite side.
Okay. So it's just I've never seen two teams become more unlikable in a shorter period of time. And I'm willing to entertain it's just me. Because I told you guys yesterday, I think I only told you.
Mm-hmm.
I get the D Marinas JP chat confused with, because now we've crossed over into just telling jokes in our business chat.
Yeah, that's
so
accurate.
I get confused. But like, I'm out on Wemby too. I think I'm the only guy that's like not all fawning over, oh, Wemby is so competitive and he plays hard. No, he gets on my nerves too. He talks entirely too much.
He doesn't bother me yet.
Oh, I know, because you're still doing
like
the whole Handy's thing.
I like him, but I don't like. There's parts of his game that, like, I'm not enamored with his offensive game. It bothers me the number of jump shots he settles for.
Did you
like,
ever get like that with Draymond?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I never. Draymond was a necessary evil basically the entire time. I almost never liked Draymond, especially after the LeBron nut swipe. Like, I know the Warriors were. What else am I supposed to call it?
Allegedly. What do you mean?
I mean, he's like trying to speed bag that thing. Like, what am I supposed to do there?
Guy right check.
These nuts.
Like a cat playing with a toy.
Oh
Yeah.
we're only this is Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we got a couple more days. But like, yeah, I was not as mature as the rest of the Warriors to be like, oh, it wasn't his fault. We wouldn't have got here without him. No, it was his fault.
Huh.
Now I'm gonna put blame on Harrison Barnes too, because it was his fault too.
You're still mad at you're mad at one of the all-time good guys.
That's fine. Not one of the all-time good players. That dude sucks.
Wow, that's so not true.
Terrible. He shot like 16% in that finals.
That is so not.
If he had shot a scalding 30%, they win that in 4.
Dude,
Horrible.
Scotting.
My dude was the most wide open anyone has ever been for an
Wide
entire
open.
series, and he's just like, nah.
Yeah,
he made Stephon Castle look like Stephon Curry. All right, like unbelievable how bad of a shooter that dude was in that series.
Yeah, I just wondered, Rico, because I mean, you're the ultimate like skirt and pom pom dude, but at some point, it's got to be like, all right, let's just play ball.
I also get tired of my teams quite often. Like, it's not always, oh, they can do no wrong. They can do plenty of wrong, and they have. I remember back in before the season started, I was talking
January. What day was it?
Wow.
Honestly, hold on.
It was not the 6th. Knock it off.
Hold on. It might have been.
You're a child. You really are.
Come on, that was funny.
I don't even recognize what we're doing.
While Rico checks the date.
Wow.
That's true. That is what happened in our group chat.
Hey, for our podcast listeners, could someone describe what's going on?
Austin took a screenshot of our chat where I texted during the game, Wemby is a bitch. And Austin replied, no, he's French.
I do think like there might be a cultural misunderstanding there.
Yeah.
Juan T says, I love
pretty much the same thing.
Jordan, Juan, the only time that I came back around on Draymond is when he punched Jordan Poole in the face. That's the only time I was like, you know what, Draymond, not so bad. That's how much I hate Jordan Poole.
Hey, so Suave, do you look at like Jordan Clarkson and you're like, love that hair, that's my Knick? At what point are you like?
It gets me every time you say it. I can't.
Jordan Clarkson's not my Knick. That's my Nicka.
Baka.
Like, aren't they doing too much?
Edley says, what about Kelly Clarkson?
I do love me some Kelly Clarkson. No, Jordan Clarkson, I love his offensive game. The hair, I mean, you do whatever you want with your hair. I don't care.
I do care. I do. I can't
love his offensive game, but he's been better defensively than back in January. By the way, it's January 12th. 6 days too late.
Good.
Like what is Porta Vallarta actually saying that Wemby's he's had enough of? Like, that's his last time. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What,
well, that's his second flagrant, non-called flagrant of the finals.
Oh,
and one was on one was on GTA 5.
Here we go. Wait. GTA 5?
Wait, what was the first
Grand
one?
Theft Alvarado. Where's number 5? It's a great name. You got to admit that.
That's pretty good.
GTA 5.
I heard
Grand
that one.
Theft Porta Vallarta.
It's good. It's a good thing that he didn't wear number 6. Otherwise, that thing never would have come out.
He never would have left the bench.
He'd never be in the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Color me curious.
It's the second non-called flagrant for Wemby, and Alvarado is known to swing on people. So I don't think he'll reach his head, but
he's gonna punch him right in the belly button.
He'll punch him right in the kneecap or something. But
right in the old
bread basket. That's where we'll go.
Right in the old bread basket.
Like, nobody's like he says that, and I'm like, you're kind of important. You're not gonna do anything.
He's not even that guy.
Who, Alvarado?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. I get this.
You got to sub in Ariel Hukporti for one reason and one reason only.
Just you just laying in the rack, like coming up with nicknames, or
that's his name. That's not his nickname.
I got to get into this Knicks fandom thing.
That's a real player. What are you talking about?
I get it. I'm gradually moving on. It's just kind of an unlikable team right now.
I'm just saying Tyler Kolek,
right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying Tyler Kolek isn't going to get in as a point guard. You might as well get in and do something.
It's fascinating.
There's a part of me that wants Rico to be happy.
Right?
Like there's a part of me that wants Rico to be happy.
Especially when I don't really care about the Spurs.
And I know you think I like Wemby. I like watching Wemby. I don't necessarily care who
Robbie, a
wins.
year ago, you were like, rah, rah, ree, kick him in the
No.
knee. Like the pom-poms, the skirt.
Listen, I'm not
the
denying that.
unicorn, the
I'm saying-
must-watch television.
Remember when he elbowed a dude in the neck and you said, "Nah, it's not a problem."
I
That was
agree.
2 rounds ago.
Reenactment, 15 minutes of why this dude
I still agree.
didn't do the wrong basketball play.
Listen, he's clearing out. Listen, we praised Bill Russell for that. Okay. You always want to talk about like, oh, basketball used to be better. Let Wemby elbow some dudes in the forehead. It's fine. No, I like Wemby. I like watching Wemby. He's one of my favorite players in the league to watch right now, especially defensively. I don't, the offensive stuff is whatever, but I don't necessarily care that the Spurs win because of that. Like, I don't have a strong enough attachment. Like, he's not Curry. Like, I wanted Curry to win everything possible. I don't have that same attachment to Wemby. I just think he's phenomenal to watch on the defensive end. So I don't like have a strong attachment to who wins this series, but I don't like watching the Spurs offensively are tough to watch. Like, I don't enjoy that.
Oh.
And you know how much that bothers me. And then the Knicks are just pretty unlikable.
So can I ask one
How
more?
are they like serious question? How are they unlikable? Like, I understand the franchise.
Just
I understand
all of it.
Dolan,
Just
but like
all of it.
just the guys on the team.
I mean, I don't like.
Take Rick Brunson out of it, DB.
Well, that's hard to do. Hard to take Rick Brunson
I
out.
know they need to just stop putting the camera on him.
I don't like how Jalen plays for the first like 3/4 of every game.
You mean throwing himself on the ground?
Yeah,
and
like
stuff?
it's sort of just like it's very like I know we were like it's very like SGA light, maybe not even light. Like there's a lot of just like flopping around, and
He doesn't hit the ground as much, but he does throw his head back quite often.
yeah, and I hate that. It drives me crazy.
Now, this is coming from a Lakers fan that has seen Jack Nicholson and Rob Lowe and Denzel Washington and what's her name? Diane
Keaton,
No.
Miller.
Lane.
One of these ladies that sits courtside in Los Angeles. I can't remember. She's older.
I got nothing.
Like, are you over the folks just kind of popping in and getting all the airtime and like missing the bat?
Like Derek Jeter and Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
tired of the and was it Robert Kraft was sitting courtside for some odd reason. It's like all of the famous people with money who just decide I'm going to go to a Knicks game. Like,
I'll be
why?
honest. I know I don't doubt that he's a real fan. I find Timothy Chalamet totally unlikable.
So, I don't get it.
I don't understand. So there's a couple things here.
All right,
This is-
that's a bridge too far for my people. How dare you?
and they say white people don't have culture.
Timothy Chalamet is like a
The
super fan.
orange jumpsuit. I mean,
Lisan Al Gaib.
He's not wrong.
No, like
dude, there's some very creative people.
I'll be honest. I know people are like, he's the next great
Diane
actor.
Cannon. Thank you.
I don't know who that is. I've only seen a couple of his movies, and I'm like, he's
Dude,
fine. I
Husker
don't.
Gnome has issues.
No, it's D Benning. I don't think I don't understand why people are like, he's the next whatever in terms of actors. He seems fine. Like I don't. So that's part of it. Is I start with the presupposition.
I think I'm like, I don't even really know what he was. I had to like look it up.
the only thing
Does that say more about me?
the only movie that I love that he's been in, he is a totally bit character in Interstellar. Like he's randomly.
Never seen Interstellar.
I
I
love
don't even remember him from Interstellar.
like one age version of one of Matthew McConaughey's kids, I think.
Okay.
So he's in there for like 5 minutes. He's not an important part of the movie.
He was the newest Wonka.
Yeah, like I don't know. I've watched stuff. I'm like, I don't understand what all the hype is about the acting skills.
The newest who?
Willy
Wonka.
Wonka,
Willy Wonka.
Chocolate Factory. I was just trying to provide as much clarification as possible.
Okay.
I have so many things I want to say, but I can't.
Okay.
Why not? Go ahead.
But nope, they're too far.
I have one.
Oh, good.
Chocolate Factory would be kind of a good strip club name.
Damn it.
What kind of strip club?
That's for you to decide. That's the wonder.
My man just casually said He's the newest Wonka. What? Who? Like he said it like
That was the name of the movie, Wonka.
no, I get it, but there's only been like 2, right? Like the Gene guy and
3.
We got Johnny Depp.
and my man, like it was just a household thing. Like, oh, he's the newest Jordan, or he's the newest.
It was a big deal.
He said
He's the
newest,
new Luke Skywalker.
The newest Batman.
the new Batman. Dude said he's the new.
He's the new Superman.
He's the latest
new
Wonka. What? Okay, I just had some
It's an
questions.
iconic role. Not his version, but just Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I think he's kind of overstated as an actor. And
Are you?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Willy Wonka is an iconic character.
Iconic.
I'm not gonna fight him on it.
Willy Wonka.
It's a pretty big character. Yeah. It's not Batman, but like it's pretty.
I mean, it's only been played by 2 other people, and they've done a damn good job.
It's Willy Wonka. It's like not this.
Why are you mad?
Where they have like 55 movies. It's a kids movie about a goddamn chocolate factory and a dysfunctional dad.
But
Like,
not the strip club though.
No.
that's Chocolate City.
Oh,
Get it?
I thought
right.
that was Magic City.
Them two.
Oh, okay. Get them lemon pepper wings.
Does Chocolate City serve food?
Oh God, Robbie Lou Williams. This is what I just had questions about the fandom and the side stories and the antics.
Okay, yeah, sorry. We can get back to that if you want.
And I just wondered how you felt.
I find Timothy Chalamet unlikable.
That's
His whole
fine.
thing, and that's
Just-
part of it. He's
We're
just.
just gonna let the Wonka iconic thing go, or
Yeah,
should I
I-
just move on?
I
Okay,
think
I'll-
it might
I'll
might
move
be
on.
outside of your culture. Like it might be bigger in different demographics.
I read the book as a kid. Like, doesn't that make me firmly in the deal?
Maybe, but if you're not like in on the movie, like I feel like the movie.
Who's your favorite Wonka?
Gene Wilder.
That's the correct answer. Gene
That is
Wilder is the
the
best
correct answer.
Wonka.
That is the
Johnny
correct
Depp was.
I'm only
weird.
comparing him to Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp was weird.
I like the Johnny Depp one.
The fake. He looks like he's kind of got the uncanny valley thing where he doesn't look like a real person. I don't like it.
Hey, that's amazing. Daniel has some issues too,
see-
but that's what I'm talking about.
You see Funky? You need a golden ticket to enter Chocolate City.
Yes. You only get invited into Chocolate City. You don't just go to Chocolate City.
Amazing Daniel says there's a chocolate factory of that variety in Houston. I've heard.
I was never a gobstopper guy, Headley. I didn't like hard candy, to be honest.
No, I'm not a big hard candy guy.
I'm not, and I didn't have the patience.
Yeah.
I mean-
Gobstoppers are a lot. We're doing a lot there.
Those were hot.
They're very popular, but we're doing too much with gobstoppers in my personal opinion.
At the first store we were at the other day, I was mesmerized by all the candy knockoffs.
Was 50 Cent playing? Welcome to the candy shop.
Different candy shop.
Oh, okay. Is that more like Chocolate
exactly?
Factory?
He's on
Yes.
that. Yes.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yes.
yes. You think Magic
hurt
Stick
you?
was a good aluminum bat? Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Like those Omaha TPX, pre-BB core, those things.
Where's that golf club when you need it?
This was so harmless.
I pine for the pre-BB core days. I really do. You don't even get a good ping off those things anymore. It's like a thud.
Oh, what?
Ping. Like, on the bat, on the bats, you used to be like, ping. Now it's like, that's a metal bat now. Not that one. That's the old school. That's 99, baby.
People died when you heard that sound.
Only a couple.
Reed Scott's.
He said, I'm afraid of Chocolate City. Heard if you go there, you never leave.
I need to clean that.
That's a good one, Scott.
Okay.
Hey, can we get away from the whole Wemby's getting fouled and beat up, and that's why he has to push people in the back of the head and do all of the bigs every big in every finals gets beat up. You don't have to start swinging on people.
Wow, what Steve just posted, I'd never even seen this, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Does he not work quick?
Steve, yeah, no, he's on top of it. I appreciate Bruin Steve.
Because usually it's at my expense.
100%. His screenshots are on point. Usually it's evidence of you choking me or something. No, Rico, I do think that the NBA has a really hard time officiating bigs, especially. Dude, Noma's on it today.
For the podcast listeners, Gnome said Gobstopper would be a good gentleman's club name too.
Also true.
Hey man, let's hit the Gobstopper.
All my gobs have been stopped.
Probably not.
My flabbers have been gasted.
I feel like Gobstopper would be a gentle ladies club.
Right. I'm not saying that to you. Hey man, let's go.
You want to go eat the Gobstopper? I'll be honest. If you ever ask me to go to the chocolate factory, I'm out. Nah.
Oh, of course.
Nah, it's not that. It's not
That's
that.
gotta be racist.
Not that. I've never understood like the friend group activity of gentlemen's clubs.
Me neither.
That's weird to me. That's why it's a no, not because of any particular proclivities.
Oh,
You know it's bad when Robbie starts using big words.
I dated a black girl in high school. It's all good.
yeah.
Oh, she's half. She cool though. That still counts. At Millard North, that counts.
Oh.
Ironically, the girl I dated from Omaha North, white.
This is a great time to bring up our Monday lunch conversation, Ravi.
I don't remember what happened.
Yes, you do.
You really do. Like you do. You can't just go as fast as you want to and say what you want to say.
I'm pretty sure that's where the magic happens. Sometimes you're going to crash, though.
Robbie, the 1991 Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Oh, yeah, no. No, we're not going to do that. What? We're not going to do that.
Black Snake Moan? Snakes on a plane?
No, just look at what Jermaine sticks to me. And he's black.
Hey, Ravi, for our podcast listeners, could you tell us what the text message said?
It just said from Jermaine, who we talked about earlier this week, one of my black friends, just in all caps, stop.
Hey, feel like
Fair enough.
Feel this.
You all right?
No.
You a little warm. It might be the hoodie. You gonna make it?
It was just a simple question. Are you over the Knicks?
Is that where this started?
That is 100% where this started.
Yeah. That's where else it went is totally on the stream.
Me and Heath are just gonna have a heart to heart.
You got no. We're gonna go stop by his tailgate on Friday. Are you here Friday?
Wait,
Yes.
where's this tailgate? And why didn't I get invited?
Downtown. You were invited. I told you about this like a month ago. That's right. That's too far out. I'll tell you again in a couple days. You know that's how you operate.
God, you suck.
You've said that on there. You're like, you can't tell me things a month out.
Just putting his business out there.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
Oh, my bad.
God, I don't even like you. I mean, it's incredible. I don't even Shane, it's just me and you, man. That's it.
I got nothing.
AJ has
I'm not talking about Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka or anything.
Don't say it, Damon.
T-Mac, no, that's not what
I see the look on your face. Don't you say it.
Say it, DB. Do it.
No. I'm just,
We had the same exact thought.
Keep it pushing.
yeah, he would never survive. Good idea, Shane. Stay away.
What I was going to say, Rico, is I think the NBA has a real problem in how it officiates big men because
Don't you start.
No, the disparity between how they officiate guards, both on and off the ball, is a problem. And then how they officiate bigs on and off the ball seems like a totally different thing.
Where was all this whining when Stephon Castle was like mugging the Thunder?
No, that's fine. Listen, I think they have a consistency problem in general, like the NBA does. I was mad about it with Curry. I've been mad about it like with Like it was bad with Shaq, right? Like they don't know how to officiate bigs.
Yes, Kobe. That's really the only way I can function.
And they really don't know how to officiate off the ball well either, right? So
this calendar is spectacular. See how it's color coded?
I do see how it's color coded.
And all those blues are something. That's darn near every day.
Deep Blue something? That's a band, isn't it?
Shut up.
Shane, can you help me out here? Is that a band? Deep Blue something?
Deep Blue. See, that's a movie.
Isn't that Deep Blue? Isn't that the Breakfast
You
at
should have
Tiffany's
told me
people?
to put it in the calendar.
It is the Breakfast at Tiffany's people. I was right. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have told you to put it in calendar or sent you a calendar invite. I could have done that.
And when did you tell me? Was it in passing?
It probably wasn't given enough attention at the time. That's fair.
I mean,
we can revisit at a break if we ever take one.
How about a smooth 59 minutes yesterday?
Heath, is it Friday or Saturday? Can you remind me? I don't remember.
Even you don't know.
I'm going to be down there anyway, so it doesn't matter. I was going to wander over. Just going to text him.
It's fine. Uh-oh.
What up, Keith?
KJ's back in caps.
Would adding another official... Well, if you don't have a consistency...
Wait, why did that didn't even deserve caps?
Yeah, no, it's...
Does he want attention?
Yeah, he said, I'm going to caps lock here real quick.
I will be heard.
You're being a little extra right now.
I don't think adding another official would help. If you notice, I'm not wearing glasses. I sent mine in the mail to New York for the officials.
That's a great pull, T-Mac. One of the underappreciated movies of all time.
Is that where you were gonna go? Because that's where I was gonna go.
Yeah, with the big.
Yeah, he's gonna look like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite. The very end there.
That's my girlfriend. Come on, Napoleon.
Oh, Heath, your Saturday? All right.
Come on,
fine.
Tina, eat. Damn. That was a great movie.
Eat your dinner, Tina.
Is it a chocolate factory dinner?
Lemon pepper wings, baby.
Which is so made up.
If anybody's got a tailgate going on
The
during
greatest made up black name ever.
LaFonda,
Yes. I'm like, really, guys? That's some stuff you would say to be funny on the show.
hold on, let me. Is LaFonda
Which, by the way, somebody asked a great question the other day. Considering
real-
it's getting ready to be hurricane season, why do they never have ethnic names?
the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
There's I'm gonna go.
Why can't you have like
I got a couple reasons.
Hurricane Sharita or something like that?
Hurricane Devontae.
That was your poll.
Well,
Hey, I'm gonna need Austin's help with this one.
No,
Hurricane.
No, we don't know. We don't need.
Hurricane name starts with a T.
We don't need Austin.
Austin.
We don't need Austin weighing in on any of this.
Austin, do you have any team names that you think might be more cultural?
For what? What are we talking about? Oh, this is a Tyrone reference.
He can't even say it regularly.
That's not how you say it.
Tyrone. Like, where's the accent? Where's the stress mark in that one? Neutron.
Probably over the T. Got to hit a hard T on Tyrone.
He also hit a hard R.
Whoa!
On Tyrone. You doubled up on the emphasis, I believe. He went, Tyrone.
You're about to send me back to Western Nebraska with these allegations.
Emphasis. That's how it's pronounced. It's like bussies.
It's emphasis.
Is Sasha here?
Emphasis.
Imbecile?
No, it's embassy.
Idiots.
You lose your passport.
Rico, so to land the plane, you're cool with all the antics. You don't just want your team to like settle and dial in.
I'm not cool with all the antics, but some of the antics I am cool with. I want my team to win, obviously. I don't want them to win with Wemby being suspended, but I do think that the NBA just saying, nope, not a flagrant one is kind of ridiculous. But look, just line up and play the game. Do what you've been saying. Mikal Bridges is still serious. It's 0-0. Get out there.
Is Mikal Bridges playing in this series?
Yeah, he had a big game too, and then he got in foul trouble real early in game 3. And that's part of the reason that their offense was stagnant.
Probably could use a Mikal Bridges sighting.
Hurricane Mikhail.
Here we go.
Hurricane Mikhail is just gonna fade away.
And I wouldn't call Mikhail like.
No, I actually think of that as like a Russian name, like Gorbachev. Although they usually pronounce it Mikhail. Mikhail.
I don't think they do.
What about like we don't get like any hurricane like Dinesh's either, you know? No Hurricane Patels up in here. That one would strictly knock over hotels.
Zoe did ask the question in the back seat.
Spicy hurricane.
Austin thought that one was funny. What's that?
Do Indian people just speak English but with an accent?
Nope. You might need to explain to her how accents work.
I was praying she'd come in today. I had questions.
I got some follow-ups here. Nah.
She got some butter chicken from Trader Joe's. It was classic.
Depends on which one you get. It's not bad.
Dude, it was legit. I was floored.
It was pretty good.
And she made fun of me for how I tried it because I just used the tip of my pinky, and she's sitting at the dinner or at the lunch table, and she goes, it's just me and her, and she goes, that's just weird.
I will say, if somebody comes up and is like,
I didn't want to do it, and it was all I could do, and it was hers, so I didn't want to like use my index. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just like it. Never mind.
You know they have like utensils, right?
It was too much work. I was already at the table.
She's your daughter. You could take her utensil and just been like, "That's good, thank you."
She probably wouldn't have used it.
Really?
No, my kid. They're all like that.
They're all germophobe like you,
dude. I shouldn't put them out there like that. I got people in my house that use multiple forks for the same plate.
That's doing too much.
Yeah, well, pretty extra.
I only do that if if at some point there's like a dessert and it's like we're going from savory to sweet or something, like then I'll maybe switch up forks.
Yeah.
But otherwise you're doing too much, Caleb. Knock it off, bud.
Wow. I feel like I kind of got ran over this first hour.
What do you mean?
Not really happy with either of you.
Sasha just texted us and just said y'all.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll see.
I mean, she should be proud of us. We can do big boy conversations too.
Is that a funny y'all or a mad y'all?
She's probably like, knowing her at this stage, 50 minutes in, she's probably like, keep it pushing. That's kind of that y'all. But it's the tuber's fault.
Yeah. Well, Noam was on Twitter, so I'm blaming him.
Hey, how about how he just got in and got out?
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to work.
Deuces.
Torched the place and then bolted.
TK says that's some skinny ass skill player behavior.
Aren't you? Should you be putting somebody? Wait. It's about time for him to leave, isn't it?
No, I usually don't think he starts putting people away till 9.
Are you sure?
I think so. He's usually until about 8:39.
Yeah, he can go about 2 hours, and then he's like, I gotta go put people in jail for nothing.
Dude's batting 1,000 with the conviction rate
on innocence.
Big. Apparently,
hey,
there's
TK,
a lot where he is.
TK, I hear there's a French immigrant in New York that
I'm sure he's got a visa.
I don't think so.
Wait,
yes, you do.
I just asked the questions.
They're
Never
pretty...
thought I'd see Rico go full pro ice, but I guess here we are.
We gotta take a break.
He can't help himself.
Mikey likes it.
Do not trust myself. Yeah, we gotta take a break. Coming up on the show today.
Sorry,
it's awesome
seeing that guy on TV too much. It got to me.
You're like, you know what?
He makes some good points.
You had moved on.
I'm trying. Coming up on the show today, we got Brian CHRISTOPHERSON, Husker 24/7. Got Kevin Suits, 10-11 News in Lincoln, and we're gonna try again for Eddie Garcia.
Yeah,
he's host of the Puck Podcast. Talk a little hockey.
Pucks.
What's the name of this drink?
East.
Okay. Sparkling. It's like if Cat worked for him.
I was watching Rookie of the Year, Hot Ice.
Cat just catching strays.
That's
Wow.
rude.
Go to break. Stop it.
Well, my dad, he's the reason I'm here. He believed in me. A lot of people didn't. He encouraged me to come here when I graduated from college and was at home. I was literally mowing grass on the old Forrest Gump snapper. We had one of those. Coach Foss called me and said, "Do you want to come to North Carolina and be the volunteer assistant?" I didn't think anything of it. I coached with Coach. I went home and asked Dad, it sounds like it's literally a volunteer assistant, so I don't know where I'm going to live or have any money. And he said, "Hey, you don't know if you want to coach, so you had a blast last year. Go give it a shot." My dad owned his own business, and I felt like I needed to potentially be the next person that ran that business. But he gave me his blessing. Hey, I didn't start this business for you to run it, and if he hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't be coaching today. But he also is at the games. He loves the games. He's competitive, and I'm just thankful. He's had some health issues, but he still gets after it and still living every day. He's a positive guy. I'm thankful I was raised the way I was, and I'm just thankful, too. He's been to Omaha 8 times, and I'm just thankful because life's short. You don't know what's coming your way, and I'm going to be able to spend time with him in Omaha, which is awesome, and memories that you just can't get back. So I was just taking the moment in for a second.
Community is also obviously pretty important and of significance. Can you discuss how Flags for Charity came to be and then who is involved this year?
Sure. So we are so proud to, after year one, 2011, we were able to buy the Rosenblatt flagpoles as a group and keep them together and kind of carry on the tradition of baseball in Omaha for years to come. And that's definitely one of the best sites to visit. When people come, they need to go check out the Rosenblatt flagpoles, and it's right where you all are located. The sponsorship that we have this year, where we are making a big deal about the last man standing. So when those elimination games happen, you definitely want to be part of who gets picked to lower that flag to half mast. It's great fun. But Flying Flags for Charity was born of that purchase and mounting those flagpoles on our site. We wanted to recognize 8 local nonprofits, and so we've worked with over 85 over the years.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. I love how Shane yells out coming back while I'm on camera.
I can't stand that.
Like, he's coming back, and I look up, and it's like,
a 30-second.
Dude, you talk like you're 4, though. You have to project.
Let me redo it.
30 seconds. Coming back. Yeah, I'm on camera already.
He's probably spent.
Not helpful.
T-Mac over here trying to get me fired.
That was funny, T-Mac. He read it to me. That was funny.
Hey, for our podcast listeners.
Nope. Not falling for that one.
No. Oh, T-Mac.
Absolutely not.
Ooh.
Alex bringing it all the way back around to Willy Wonka again.
Iconic.
Dude,
Not really.
A-Train has issues.
No, I've never heard him sing anything once.
Oh.
Shane,
do you sing?
No.
No.
I'm not talking about Chocolate Factory. I'm not singing. I'm not talking hurricane names.
What'd you get at the fast food spot yesterday?
Chicken sandwich.
Is that it, plain? You pickle, no pickle?
Pickle cheese.
Oh, they have cheese?
pickled cheese?
No, pickle.
You know
and
that's
cheese.
not what he said. You
sandwich.
I didn't know they had cheese.
I thought
they have different. You can get American or pepper jack.
Really?
Thought he said pickled cheese, and I was like, hell no, absolutely not.
I don't. At first, like, I don't remember people getting cheese on their chicken sandwiches from there. The place is not open on Sundays.
Oh, no. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that one you do.
Get the.
I don't eat.
I go pepper jack usually.
Do you?
Yeah.
I say I get the spicy one with the Colby Jack and some bacon.
They have Colby Jack too.
They do.
Interesting.
I usually go the spicy one with pepper jack, and then I dip it in some Polynesian sauce.
Some who?
Polynesian sauce.
Yeah.
Well, it's my people.
It's the ones that look like him but are not him.
But aren't him. They're like if you zoomed into me 150%.
Stop.
That's what.
It's
like
not
the tat.
Like, what do you mean?
That's what the sauce is called. I don't know what you want me to tell. Like,
It's Chick-fil-A sauce. It isn't Polynesian.
they have like 8 different sauces.
The Polynesian.
One of them
ranch,
is
yes.
called Polynesian sauce.
You just gonna out them like that?
I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Chick-fil-A sauce is the yellow one. Polynesian is more like a purplish red. It's good. It's good sauce.
Damon doesn't see colors.
News to me. I don't even know what that means. I just said it. That's not even true. That's my bad. You caught straight for no reason on that one. Rico, you're not helping, man.
Everybody just piling on. Now it's fine.
For the people on the podcast, DB just held up a Husker fan, giving a middle finger to me.
That's just wild.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I'll be honest. I'll eat that one. I don't know. That was just kind of out there.
Tough out here.
When I was in college, I used to because a lot of white people don't have any kind of decorum when they see a brown color they don't recognize. So they would ask me literally all the time. They'd be like, "What are you?" That's my favorite. Not where are you from?
Dude, I love that question.
Not where is your family from? Because when they ask me where I'm from, I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Omaha, because that's where I was born." And they'll be like, no, where are you like really from? And I was like, Children's Hospital on 84th Street. I don't know what you want me to tell you here. And they'd be like, no, like, where's your family from? And so I'm like, all right, I get what you. But a lot of times they'd just be like, hey, what are you?
That's how I got this job. Ask questions.
And so I would, I got sick of it at a certain point. I just started telling people I was Polynesian because nobody knew what that meant because they're all white people from like rural South Dakota and Western Nebraska. And so they're like, what is that? And I was like, you can look it up. So there's like half the people I went to college with, which is to say like 4 people.
Hey, Austin, what'd you think about the red cards?
That think I'm Polynesian.
Did you watch any of the women's national team?
Nah.
Couple great saves. I think one actually made SportsCenter.
I was watching hockey.
Yeah, which is sensational.
Yeah, this series has been drunk.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I'm I'll save it for Eddie.
Corn Raider, you're not wrong, but only Hispanic people do that.
Do what?
So he said, I bet people walk up to Ravi and speak Spanish. The only people who have ever done that to me are Hispanic people. Like, no one who's not Hispanic has ever mistaken me for being Hispanic. It's wild. I told you a story about my ex-brother-in-law, right?
Oh, yeah.
This dude's from Argentina.
Yeah.
Like, straight up from Argentina.
Yeah.
First time I met him, he comes up to me, starts like speaking Spanish. And my ex-wife spoke Spanish. I did not. And my ex-wife was, what? And so he was super confused because she starts replying to him in Spanish that I don't know Spanish. And he's just looking between the both of us and was like, what the hell is going on here? White girl speaking Spanish to me. Brown guy looks like he saw a ghost. And he's like, what the hell kind of Mexican doesn't speak Spanish? That was the translation I was given. I don't know if he said that or not, but that's the translation I was given. And she goes, no, not Mexican, Indian. And then he just starts laughing and left. So, yeah, I do have that happen sometimes, Alex.
Huh.
That's true, Steven.
I'm still trying to get over your unnecessary roughness.
Ambiguously brown. Yeah, that was an unnecessary shot. I apologize.
Oh. Then people just chiming in. Weird. Viva Nepal. Amazing Daniel. Right on cue. All right.
Yeah, I'm not from Nepal. So they're close, though. Border.
I want the knife.
What?
Golden Child. Never mind.
Well, now we're gonna Google Golden Child.
Viva Nepal.
We started.
Nepalese?
That's how you say if you like identifying someone as from there. Yes, Husker Dome. We started in Norfolk, but it moved down to Papillion after that. My freshman year was in Norfolk, though. We're gonna look up Golden Child. I'm gonna guess this is not something I've seen.
Well, you don't like Eddie Murphy?
I don't like Eddie Murphy. I didn't even know that existed.
Which is one of your weird hot takes. That's a great movie.
I'm not saying he sucks or anything like that. He's not for me. Like, he's just whatever he does that other people like does not hit with me for some reason. I'm not trying to tell you that he's bad and that you shouldn't like him.
The whole Ajanti Dagger, monkey breath, puke face, eat off turtle shell.
I've never once looked at him and be like, that's funny.
You know what'll get you back on the Eddie Murphy train? Norbit.
Well, that's arguably his worst movie.
Not what I'm just talking about. That's a great movie.
Norbit?
Fantastic.
That might be his worst movie.
That movie is hilarious.
I'm familiar with what it is. I haven't seen it.
Wow, Rico.
I don't find anything he does funny. It doesn't work for me. The kid movies aren't funny to me. The stand-up isn't funny to me. The 80s movies aren't funny. Like, nothing hits for me with Eddie Murphy.
Trading Places wasn't funny?
Does not work for me at all. It's a funny concept.
What about his stand-ups?
No. None of it.
Can't be too much cussing with your potty mouth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like,
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
That's a super hot take.
I understand it's an unpopular opinion. It doesn't work for me. Him, Chevy Chase. I'm out. Like, I don't think Chevy Chase has ever been funny. There's a bunch of them. It doesn't work for me at all.
It's fascinating. Trading Places wasn't funny.
I don't like Dan Aykroyd either that much. So, like, I don't.
Hot take.
I think I struggle with 80s humor.
You just don't like fun, is what I'm gathering.
I love fun.
Kind of weird.
I don't think 80s humor works for me. That's like, it just for whatever reason.
Not at all. Breakfast Club, nothing like that.
No, not really. Like, I just like Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Say Anything. Like 80s movies in general, I really struggle with, especially ones that aren't. Like, I can do like Indiana Jones and Star Wars and some of those, but
those famously aren't funny.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like, I don't know that I'd say like Say Anything is funny, but there's a lot of like those types of movies that I can't do. Like, if they're set in the 80s, I'm just like, this isn't working for me.
Trading Places wasn't funny.
It didn't work for me. I don't know what to tell you. T-Mac says the brother-in-law just laughed and left. He goes, he knew it was destined to fail, huh? You know what's funny? When that whole thing was over, like, he's the only one that I was like, man, that guy was pretty cool. Shout out Juan. Good dude.
Juan?
He followed me on Instagram for so long after the divorce.
The Argentinian was Juan?
I'm pretty sure his like wife or somebody got mad at him at some point and he had to unfollow me, but it was years after the divorce he still followed me. Like, he would like my stuff too. I was like, Juan, you a real one.
Get your guy.
Coming up next, we got Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7.
Here are the most popular bars you need to know about, starting with The Blat, which is a rooftop bar and it has the best vodka lemonades you'll find on tap. There's also the Old Mattress Factory with the DJ and stage, the Happy Bar, Rocco's, Lefties, Slowdown, and plenty more. Rocco's is the bar to get your Jell-O shots. This is an iconic place and it's just steps away from the ballpark. If you want to avoid paying cover or waiting in the long lines, the only way to avoid that truly is to get there early. I'd recommend around 7 or at least before 8 p.m. to try to avoid those crowds and covers. Pro tip for bar hopping in Omaha, bring cash because you can get into cash only lines which are usually quicker, and also you'll need cash for covers. Omaha during the College World Series is truly a magical time. The people in Nebraska are so kind. You're about to experience Nebraska nice, so I will say tip your bartenders well, tip your servers well, and have fun.
No offense, Coach, where's Biggie? But I don't remember what he said. I'm in a zone that, my family has a funny word for it called the ozone. And, I just tap into it and, I'm up there having fun. So I don't know what's happening.
We call it the blackout zone.
Yeah. I've had my moments this season, good and bad, in that zone. But, I'm out there going, giving everything I got and having the most fun I can with this group of boys.
Spencer.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We're brought to you by Next Gen Male Medical. We are joined now by our guy, Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7. BC, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Pete, we're hanging in there. Are you excited and different? How you feel about the CWS?
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm an Omaha dude. So I always am interested. I like the field this year. I mean, I like the West Virginia's coming for the first time. I think that'll be a party. I like that there's a big underdog in Troy. One of them is going to get a little momentum and win the first game. So there's that part. You have the whole SEC bracket on one side, which might turn some people off, but it's going to be, when Texas and Georgia collide, that's a pretty fascinating matchup. So I kind of like how the 8 came together. So yeah, I'm into it.
We had Coach Mead on yesterday, and
I love that dude.
I think he rapidly became everybody's favorite. So there might be a lot of Trojan fans.
I would talk to him every week if we could.
I mean,
that
young,
dude was phenomenal.
confident, pretty authentic. Yeah, he was good.
We have,
I'm still Chapel Hill through and through, but Troy would be next.
Yeah, we got that, and we got World Cup. I'm a World Cup guy. I'm not somebody who's going to tell you what formation the U.S. should run or like go through their lineup, but big
flat back guy.
You know, I played at Omaha North soccer, so when it gets to the World Cup and country pride is on the line for everybody, and you know, like wars stop for these guys sometimes to play, like that draws me in. So I'll be a World Cup dude for the whole month.
BC, will you be? I'm gonna need you to knock it off.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna be BC. I work with a child. I work with lots. I work with
that's true.
Multiple children's. Are you one of those guys? Jiminy Christmas.
Sorry, you said like 3 things in there that we talked about in the opening hour. Like, I'm sorry. I'm good.
BC, will you cheer for teams based on how controversial they are? Robbie's a big South African guy, so like that as for an example. But like, what about you?
No, I don't think so. I cheer by style. Like I cheer by teams as it gets going. I'm like, I like their style of play. They're entertaining. That's usually what draws me in. I'm just saying that I'm into any event that is such a world spectacle that, you know, it stops what's going on wherever it's at, you know, wherever that country is from, you know, where that team is from. So that always will have me. So and I'm a little entertained by the U.S. watching the last couple matches. Like it feels like a little bit more attacking this year than some past.
Hopefully they'll be able to score.
Yeah, I don't know on the back end if they'll get it done or not. But I'm not an expert on this squad. I'll try to become one over the next week and a half, and hopefully it goes longer than that.
All right, you'll be interested to know though. Against the opener against Paraguay, it is basically a toss-up. A pick 'em, if you will.
Okay, I understand that language.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, U.S. is plus 100.
And Robbie's a big South Africa guy.
Yes,
I don't even know where that came from.
Yes, he is.
I don't even know where that came from.
Big Ivory Coast guy.
Yeah. Did you not listen to your first hour?
Listen, jokes are one thing, but yeah. I do have Invictus tattooed on my arm, so that's a little bit damning. But that was more anti-apartheid than. It's unrelated also then. Anyway, BC, if there was a group of people you thought names should be represented more in hurricane naming, what would it be?
I heard
BC, don't do it.
Brad, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to take the bait.
You're more mature than I am.
Just definitely need to grow up.
I heard the conversation last hour that there was never a Hurricane Tyrone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We need more Hurricane Tyrones. Get a hurricane.
He's more qualified than you. At least he went to North.
Exactly. I can say that.
Get an Omaha Rajesh up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Jim's Rib Haven once a month.
What's that?
Jim's Rib Haven once a month. I think that's cred.
Wow, that's true. That is actual cred.
Oh, okay.
I went to an Omaha North Central basketball game at Omaha North once. Does that count?
No.
Okay.
You probably were traumatized.
Omaha North Benson.
There's a lot going on.
North Benson back then was something else. I'll tell you what. There were some athletes. We had Wilson Thomas. They had Randy Stella, Kenton Keith. Those were good times.
Yeah, Randy Stella, one of the better underappreciated athletes.
Oh
ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, he was a freak. Yeah.
Nebraska.
He could block punts too, man.
Yes.
I mean, he was a kind of a special teams demon.
Stella was a menace.
Yeah, he was legit. And Wilson Thomas, Omar Bynum came through Omaha North last year. I know you claim him at Northwest, but I believe he finished off his senior year at North. And I was in a class with them. So
wait a minute. So do you get Amon too?
I'll say, what do we do with Amon? Because he started at North and ends up at Central.
We don't get him on. We don't get him on. I heard the legends of him on that, like, you don't know what was real and fake with that, but there was like people would talk about like when he was a freshman, how he could run down that staircase like in 0.3 seconds. That you would hear stuff like that, and so you had to like decide if that was a tall tale or not. And I chose usually to believe it because Amon Green was that special of an in-state guy. Everybody was proud of Amon. You wanted to claim a piece of him.
Good for you, BC, for knowing that stairwell too, because as you know, there was lots of divisions in that building in terms of what you did academically.
I don't know.
There was
but
section there. No, I'm just
big magnet school.
I'm just serious.
A lot of training at North was running stairwells though. Our soccer training was that way. We would run in the halls and down those stairwells. And there was, you would hear stuff about this guy did this, and they used to time him doing it and all that sort of stuff.
Interesting. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
We're
almost 10 years in that building.
BC, coming. Speaking of high schools and stairwells and
okay, yeah.
Nebraska did quite a bit of running up and down with high school recruits this past weekend, although in their own stairwells and hallways rather than in home and high school visits. Do you remember this seemed like a pretty dramatic weekend for Nebraska in terms of the number of commits, the kind of the positive buzz coming out of that. Do you remember kind of the last time that it was so singularly focused around like a couple days that there was this much positive recruiting buzz around Nebraska?
I'm sure there's been one or two cases, but offhand, this one's it's in the very short list of like most commits that have come out of a weekend. There's obviously still more that could pop here even today. We'll see with Nehemiah on body, but to already have 5 that raise their hands, and usually we always write, not always, but it feels like 4 or 5 times a year there's this, well, this is a big recruiting weekend, and it really gets pumped up that way, and that's not wrong, but sometimes people roll their eyes because maybe one guy will commit when it's all said and done. And so in that way, this past weekend is in sort of a special category, partly because Nebraska, I feel like, did the legwork from months in advance to set this up. They put this on a tee with hard work that came before this weekend, and so it was just sort of closing the deal. Another part of it, of course, is just sort of the change in the recruiting calendar where that first week in June, you kind of have to have the coffee is for closers mentality, or you're going to be in trouble, because everywhere that's where you're trying to get some of your top guys that are, 1 or 2 on your board into town, because if you don't know if you'll ever see them in Lincoln in June, the way it's going. So yeah, it was a huge hit. I thought going into it, like, to me, it was, what could they get done, with that D line and the edges. That was a big part of it. So to get Big Errol, DeMontenac to say yes on Friday night was a great start. And he's a guy that I felt was a Husker lean since maybe March, but Virginia was in on it, and Florida State came in with a push in late April, and 6'3", 290, a lot to like. He had 30 TFLs, last year. So very productive, causing chaos. And then Bryce Williams, to beat out Oklahoma and again show Addison Williams like his relationship building ability with guys stands tall, even when some big time programs come in and try to change the story.
BC, are you surprised at how you try to stack what happens in the month of June in terms of momentum? A little taken aback at the early success, or about what you thought when you saw and caught wind of kind of like the rescheduling and, hey, we're going to pop in, and you got the sense pretty late that last weekend was going to be a good one.
Yes. I thought going in they could get 6 to 8 guys when it's all said and done, and that obviously that still looks like it can be the case. With Nehemiah deciding today, we'll see where that goes, and then Matthew Gregory.
12:30?
Yeah, 12:30.
Yeah,
12:30, and then Matthew Gregory. I think when he moved his up 2 weeks, That's a big deal. You know, UCLA's in on that one too. The wide receiver, very fast guy. And Virginia Tech is trying to get a visit this weekend, but I think Nebraska's in a good spot there. So, I mean, you're talking about probably at least 7 guys if those two say yes. And that's about what I thought it was going to be. But again, back to the first answer, we've thought stuff like that could happen in the past, or you could get 4 or 5 guys and they get 2 guys, you know, and I'm not talking about the rule era. I'm going back like 20 years. And so in that way, this was a very unique weekend. It's going to be remembered as like a third of this recruiting class, possibly, when it's all said and done.
BC, when you're looking at the way that the Nebraska recruiting commits came in, is there anybody that you looked at that you thought it was going to go better for, that now your reporting is telling you like, maybe they didn't love it as much as people expected them to, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So someone where I thought it was favorable and now it's not as much. No.
More concise than how I said it.
No. Not really. Because the ones that I'm still like, I don't know that that's going to happen for them. That was sort of where it sat to me, but going in. So it wasn't, I don't think like anything dramatically shifted in that respect. Obviously with Jalen Hill's another who he didn't make it in. I thought he was going to get in, and actually I thought he was here through like Saturday night because I think he got to the airport from what I saw on his social media, but he didn't make it in because of travel issues. But he just pushed back his decision a week, and I still feel pretty good about that for Nebraska. And so I would say you took your big swing with big Albert Simeon, and obviously there was all the noise on Friday about Ahmad Hudson getting here. And, that one probably still sits where I thought it did going in, where it's going to be tough, but you play the long game there and you see what happens. You just keep communication open and play out the season. And, you also got to remember in this day and age, even if you come in second, and I'm not saying anyone's going to transfer anything like that, but we do know how college sports and college football works now, and sometimes things come back around later on, so you got to always keep that in mind.
BC, with Ahmad Hudson, the sense that I get, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, the sense that I get is he seems to like the relationships with Nebraska maybe a little bit better, but the financial component or whatever's being offered to him at LSU is just too much to say no to. Do you consider that accurate, or am I missing something there?
I don't know for sure on that. I don't know exactly what the finances are. I do know I do feel strongly that Nebraska's relationships are just as strong, if not stronger, than LSU's. And I think that point you make is right. Now, obviously LSU is closer to home, all that stuff. I don't discount that whether you love them or don't like them at all, that there's juice around Lane. There's going to be always wherever he goes, and this is the first year, and so I know they got a lot of dollars to work with, so certainly that I can imagine can be a factor. But I do think Nebraska has done everything they can from a relationship standpoint, from both sports standpoint, with like basketball being involved. And I know, like, even in March when they were making their run in the tournament, like Ahmad was really sort of drawn in by what they did. And so all that stuff, I feel like the Huskers recruited that one as well as you could, and where it falls, it falls. Sometimes you just got to say, we put everything we can in this. We'll keep communication open, and maybe it doesn't go your way, but you don't feel bad about the effort that was offered.
We've seen a couple of different ways to go about this recruiting in NIL era. We've seen the slow burn, kind of the relationship building that Nebraska's done. We've seen the quick fix, UNLV, refurbishing 4- and 5-star guys. We've seen schools throw a ton of money. We've seen some combinations. Is there like a poster child or a case study of a team that you're looking at, or teams that you're looking at going forward, where you'd like to say, okay, I can see how this is evolving, in the recruiting world where you kind of play in both worlds, the relationship building and the very transactional aspect of it that we've seen some teams pull off? I have one in mind.
Give me who you have in mind, and that'll help me.
What do you think about Oregon, who still recruits high school, a little bit of a foundation, but has been busy in the portal, kind of spend a lot of money, very selective in terms of how they attack the portal, but they're interesting to watch because I think he wins a ton of games, but I wonder if against light competition, kind of what the fan base thinks. You know what I mean? Relative to, because they won a lot of games before he got there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Oregon has obviously they've got a great money pool to work with for obvious reasons, so that's beneficial. But that's a good poll because I mean I do think Lanning and his staff, I can respect sort of how they evaluate and how they still attack the high school ranks, and they blend. We've got the resources to spend here on these guys in the portal, but they'll be in after some. Sometimes Oregon will be in after a guy that he's not necessarily that recruiting site 4-star guy. Even they'll have their guys who are like a 3-star, high 3, and they just like them, and they'll go forward with it. So I kind of respect that about them. If you're in the sandbox with someone like that, I think that's good company. If you're close to that, and so. I like the tactics Nebraska's taking at this point, and you hope you can match people in the transactional game as you go forward, and we'll see how that all plays out in the next couple of years. But in the meantime, we've talked about this on the show before. It's with what you got, you find those players who just love this game inside and out, and you just feel like want to go, work hard, and also maybe have that mind. Like a Trey Taylor does, and like some of these guys, like, let's build something. Let's not have it just all set up for us where we're already on this top staircase. Let's build this thing together and believe in ourselves as our talents and our competitiveness that we can keep climbing and make this thing go. And so there are guys like that who I think they look at like a 7-6 program and they say, they're in a good spot. I like the coaching staff. I think I can get developed here. And why not myself? Why not I be that guy who can build this thing up, 2-3 wins and be a playoff team. And if you can find those guys who have that sort of competitive itch, that's nice. Now, can you find a bunch of them together and get that chemistry? That's the big thing.
Yeah, it's fascinating because I watched, Harbaugh tried this at Michigan where they didn't really develop their own quarterbacks, right? It was portal fix, and ultimately it had to come down to a guy like McCarthy, right? And how they wanted to play to accentuate that. Indiana is going to be on their third different quarterback, which I think is fascinating. Georgia may be the opposite if Gunnar Stockton continues to evolve. Is that a blueprint? There's just so many fascinating ways that teams are doing it.
Miami's kind of more the mercenary scenario,
and doesn't appear to be super invested in relationships. More, it's understood, it's transactional. Like there's just some fascinating case studies that I think, is there a good Georgia? The more I process through it, because Kirby Smart was the one that famously said, "Hey, I need more guys that have been here longer. The Georgia way is getting away from us. We're not just going to go to the highest bidder, go with the highest bid.
Don't come here if you're just looking for money."
Stockton's been in the program and developed under Bobo.
Beck was in the program for a long time.
It's an interesting conversation. Nebraska's kept, though, they've retained a lot of guys, and this is a big season because it's a chance to show, like, people I think sometimes like to have an opinion on how they've developed or haven't developed. This fall's a big year in offering more evidence to actually give a better take on that, right? I mean, they've got a lot of guys in the Husker program who are, at least third-year sophomores, third-year college players now. I just wrote the thing, and people can take or leave the data, But this is now like a pretty experienced team. It's kind of shifted as far as game snaps and starts. Like I know our CBS Sports guy the other day like went through nationally like number of starts that each roster in the country has, and Nebraska has 399 starts amongst all its guys, and that ranks 11th. And if you go by snap totals in college football games at the FBS level, they're 14th. And so
that's what the same school, right?
What's that?
I think that's overall.
The year before, the same school or overall?
He did it. Cody Nagel, as I read it, did it overall. And this is so like how you like it would count, for instance, like Tree and Brendan Black coming in. Like for instance, Brendan Black's played. I have the number right in front of me. It's not like it memorizes. 2,164 snaps. Tree's played, almost 1,200, and you've got Justin Evans returning, who's at about 2,000 snaps now. And so you go down the O-line to what we think is going to be the starting group for Nebraska.
Yeah, they're 5th nationally, right? No line.
Yeah, that's 7,332 snaps at the FBS level those guys have played. And so now all those guys, 3 of them weren't developed within this program, but there are a lot of guys who, whether they're going to be starters or on the 2 deep, have been around a while. They know the culture. They've built up, themselves physically to maybe be able to compete. And so this is a big year for Nebraska to show, that, hey, we've been developing guys behind the scenes and they're ready to play and they're ready to win games. They've got that opportunity to prove that.
Were you surprised by Nebraska? I'm looking at the offensive experience based on snaps that you mentioned with Cody Nagel a minute ago. And were you surprised Nebraska was top 10 nationally? Because I think we look at it and you go, okay, new quarterback, even though obviously Calandria has a ton of experience. The running back number is what you would think it would be. It's 130th in the country, but wide receiver snaps, tight end snaps, offensive line, and we already talked about, like, those are all top 30-ish in the country. Like, I think a lot of people just off the cuff would be surprised by that.
Yeah, maybe they would be, but I think the O-line really, beefs it up, and that's a pretty big deal when you got that and your quarterback who has, taken 2,100 snaps, and he does have power conference experience, obviously, before UNLV at Virginia. So I don't know if I was surprised. I would have guessed top 15-ish maybe for the offense. I think the defense, if you go by snap count for Nebraska, was 47th. Something like that. If you go by like Bill Connolly at ESPN's numbers, like he does that returning production thing, and there's a lot of, ins and outs to how he figures that out. But he had Nebraska 3rd nationally in returning production. And he pointed out that last year, there were a couple misses where teams that had a lot of returners like didn't produce like you thought, like Clemson last season wasn't as good as you maybe would have thought, or Baylor. But there were obvious examples where that meant a whole bunch. Texas Tech, went from like 50th in his SP to 3rd last year. And Vanderbilt, jumped up like 40 spots. And obviously Oklahoma and A&M were top 10, and they made the CFP. So I don't know. We'll see if it works out for Nebraska. But there is, that get old, stay old, it does carry weight usually. And so let's see if Nebraska can do something with it.
BC, what were your kind of thoughts to see almost in unison? Not a lot of college athletics has been on the same page, but it seems like Sorsby has been the lightning rod to galvanize everyone else. Where are you kind of on how this unfolds?
I mean, I was like the 99% that was shocked by the ruling. I guess I shouldn't have been the way it goes now. I'll be sort of shocked if Texas Tech sticks with it, because it's just sort of like I just don't understand why it's worth it, like for this to be in that situation as a program for one player like that. I get that you've made a deal with him and all these things. I listened to your interview with the Texas Tech guy, and I was fascinated by it yesterday. And I understand from his vantage point, he's tied to them and all that stuff. But I think people are just this is the most disappointing part of college athletics right now. It's like, there should be still some penalties for certain crimes, certain things where it's too far. And I remember yesterday, the guy mentioned, Michigan, and it's a fair point. Like, everybody got on social media and railed on Michigan for, what they did a couple of years ago. Michigan won the national title, and I think most of their fan base has been sleeping fine about it since then. And they never really faced anything for that when it was all said and done. They got what they wanted out of it. And so I think that's where sort of the disenchantment comes from fans sometimes, as they see stuff like this and they're like, is there not at least a bridge or two out there you can't cross? It's too far now. And somehow the guy still ends up playing, or that they still end up winning because of it. And that it's just a tough spot for the sport to be in. I'm interested what the Big 12 does, if anything, other than strongly worded statements.
It's interesting because, we saw it happen with players from Iowa and multiple sports. We've saw it happen with Cyclones in multiple sports. It's not like, because I hear if he wasn't X kind of player, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. When guys were getting popped in Iowa, in a state where it was legal at both schools, Cyclones and Hawkeyes, they paid a price, right? Sitting out, no longer playing. Are you surprised that it's come back around again, even though this has been on the books before?
I mean, there should be an obvious answer. He shouldn't be playing college football again. Like, I mean, for what he did, that's the way it should be. So I'm really surprised. We've seen people punished for far less on this particular thing, and that's the thing. This was the one bridge that people still thought like there was sort of a protection, or if you were found out doing that, betting on your own team, that was it. You weren't going to, play anymore. There's going to be a heavy penalty for it. And the fact that at the moment is not what's in the air, or what this judge ruled, it is stunning to me. It's the one thing everybody disagrees about everything now, you like to have a lot of people want to be contrarians on certain topics. And this was the one thing 2 days ago was like 98%, unless you were a Tech fan. And even a few people I think associated with Tech didn't feel real good about it, that all agreed, like, this is silly. This is not worse than silly. It's damaging to the game. And, Nebraska and Georgia, good for them for saying we're not going to schedule that, like that's fine with me, because this is something that we just can't have in the game.
That's our guy, Brian CHRISTOPHERSON, Husker 24/7 BC. Appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, B.
Thanks, guys.
That's Brian CHRISTOPHERSON, Husker 24/7. Kevin Suits coming up next. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, my dad, he's the reason I'm here. He believed in me. A lot of people didn't. He encouraged me to come here when I graduated from college. And was at home. I was literally mowing grass on the old Forrest Gump snapper. We had one of those. Coach Fox called me and said, "Do you want to come to North Carolina and be the volunteer assistant?" I didn't think anything of it. I coached with Coach. I went home and asked Dad, it sounds like it's literally a volunteer assistant, so I don't know where I'm going to live or have any money. And he said, "Hey, you don't know if you want to coach, so you had a blast last year. Go give it a shot." My dad owned his own business, and I felt like I needed to potentially be the next person that ran that business. But he gave me his blessing. Hey, I didn't start this business for you to run it, and if he hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't be coaching today. But he also is at the games. He loves the games. He's competitive, and I'm just thankful. He's had some health issues, but he still gets after it and still living every day. He's a positive guy. I'm thankful I was raised the way I was, and I'm just thankful, too. He's been to Omaha 8 times, and I'm just thankful because life's short. You don't know what's coming your way, and I'm going to be able to spend time with him in Omaha which is awesome, and memories that you just can't get back. So I was just taking the moment in for a second.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Kevin Suits from 1011 News in Lincoln. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Good morning. Happy College World Series week. Exciting times.
God, the versatility, man. I like the shadow. Is that what Cooper you brought back from Cooperstown?
It's what we call a vacation Kevin right here. Getting off the screen a little bit.
All right. Vacation Kevin. I like it. How was the roadie?
Oh, it was amazing. I could talk this entire segment just about our personal adventures here over the past week, going up to Cooperstown with a bunch of 12U baseball players, watching my son ball out at one of the most gorgeous places in the world. You guys know I love baseball. I love my kids. Put those two together, and perhaps the most iconic place for the sport. It's where it was born. And the town itself, Cooperstown, the town. I don't know if you guys have ever been. If any of your viewers or listeners have had the itch to maybe get up there, just check. It is quaint. It is awesome. The Hall of Fame's amazing. And what was really cool is the first game that my son played in, Armando Galarraga was the opposing team's head coach, and he just had the anniversary of his near perfect game which was taken away, and the Hall of Fame invited him over, and that was like a day after our boys played against him. So that was just really cool. They got a history lesson out of the whole deal.
Galarraga. That's what I always used to like to say.
Still mad at Jim Joyce. Anyway, was there a fair? I assume you guys got to go and explore the museum and everything like that. What was your? I love baseball history. What was your favorite part, or maybe the thing that stuck out to you the most about the actual Hall of Fame part of this?
Okay, so the Hall of Fame, my goodness, you could spend an entire day. That's the one thing I ran into a few people that they carve out some time for the teams, the boys, the coaches to all get into the Hall of Fame. They don't give enough time, in my opinion, because I could spend an entire time just in the room with all the busts, the ones that you see as they are inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's almost like you're entering this special room. It kind of is. It's isolated because they have in the Hall of Fame museum, they've got display after display after display, and they've got the McGuire home run balls, the number 70, and they've got all the Barry Bonds stuff, and they've got stuff from the Negro Leagues years gone by. And with each display, there's a printout, and you can read about it. And it's not just a jersey. There's oh no, that was Juan Pierre's jersey he was wearing when he stole the fifth base of the night in 2002 or whatever the year was. So they've got all these cool things that you can do. But for me, knowing that when each player gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, they've got the bronze plaque with their bust on it. Having all of those in one room, that's really cool. When I went in 2001, I'll never forget, there was an older gentleman who was in a wheelchair, And he was in that room kind of by himself outside of the one person that was like handling him. And he would sit there in front of like a row and he would say, Ryan Sandberg. And he would recall like a personal story he had watching him, back in the day. And he went player by player by player, oh, there's Bob Feller. I remember when Bob Feller, like this guy was a baseball historian, and you could just feel the moment for him and how it was taking him down, memory lane, and also walking him through baseball history. It was really fun just to see that through somebody else's eyes. I liked it too. And I filled up almost my entire camera roll on my phone. There's just like plaques, like you can Google search those things and see them, but to have them, right in front of you, that's really cool.
2009, Juan Pierre, famously a great year for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Not that I remember.
I was a big Juan Pierre, Luis Castillo Marlins guy.
Oh, yeah, that was because he was a Rocky originally.
Yeah.
I think it went Rockies, Florida Dodgers.
I think so.
Nice pull there, Kev. Let me ask you something. On the heels of the Sorsby deal and being in Cooperstown, are you all in or all out on Pete Rose being a Hall of Famer?
That's everybody talks about it in a college football perspective in Texas Tech. We're going to play him or not. Honestly, that is the most iconic story, or the story that most aligns with gambling and a repercussion of getting involved in sports betting of a sport is Pete Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Brendan Sorsby, if we're going to allow everything that happened with Brendan Sorsby and then he plays, we're probably going to put the best hitter in the history of baseball into the Hall of Fame, right? Not that they're on the same levels, but if we're going to allow cheating, quote unquote cheating, or sports betting, I guess it's not cheating. It's just betting on what you're a part of. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, if the precedent is being changed across all sports, and I don't know that it's fair to completely connect the dots between college football and Major League Baseball. Yeah. There's a lot of play there, and that's a layered discussion. But on a surface level, if we're talking to my wife about it, just as a really simple terms, we're like, yeah, if it's allowed now, then let's go back and, put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Is that how you always have? Is that how you've always felt that Rose should be in?
I don't know that I have.
Interesting.
Okay, so the Baseball Hall of Fame is to recognize the best baseball players, coaches, and figures in the sport of baseball, correct?
Correct.
If that's the case, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. However, there has to be like some sort of evaluation piece of, playing the game with integrity and not compromising what the sport is, because there's a purity about baseball. And he compromised it. And so there should be a punishment. But again, if we're just stripping it all the way down to the Baseball Hall of Fame recognizes the best in baseball of all time, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
You feel the same way about steroids, guys?
What? If you're going to let Pete Rose in, then you got to let all the steroid guys in. And I guess we're at a point now that there is a lot of compromising in everything in sports. And it's not so much about like the actual performance. We can really chop things up and look at, how did he behave off the field and what did he do to his body? And, what was he doing as an extracurricular that could influence a game? Like if we're to the point now, in the Sorsby instance, we're just going to throw all that stuff aside, character flaws, all that. And we're just getting right down to performance on the field. Then if Pete Rose goes in, Bonds gets in. Bonds is in, McGuire's in. Sorsby's going to play football. And like everything beyond like performance on the field, it's out the window. But maybe that's in 2026, that's maybe where we're at with sports.
Let me ask you something, Kevin, just because of your affinity for baseball, and obviously with scholarships being able to, you can go to a full 34. Nebraska not there yet, but kind of working in that direction as they put guys on scholarship, the way Coach Bolt is continuing to build this roster. Are you okay? Because you're such a purist. We talked to Coach Meade from Troy yesterday about building rosters and how he's got to have that high school core, and there's so many good baseball players around. When you just put your pure love of the game and how college baseball is changing the landscape, how would you ideally put together college rosters if you still wanted to be able to compete at a high level? Like if you're Coach Bolt and you're having your sit down, like, hey, Coach Bolt, what do you think about, like, how were you approaching that initial part of that conversation?
Right now, if I'm Coach Bolt, most high school players outside of maybe a Jeter Worthley, an elite freshman that would play. Come on, we got you. Let's sign an NIL deal. You're going to sign up and you will play. You're going to sign up and we develop you. That we're going to tell you to go to a JUCO. We're going to get live at bats, because I think that's where it's at right now, and that's what I would have to do if I'm Coach Bolt. With the transfer portal being what it is, if you invest a lot of time and energy into a freshman that's not going to see the field, it could be wasted energy. The guy could have one really good year and then he's gone, and so that's really hard. Like, you have to invest in, like, Coach Bolt and his staff right now have to worry about 2027 and 2027 alone, because the players that could potentially give you a very memorable 2027 season may not be there in 2028. And it could be for a variety of reasons. They could leave to go play for, another Big Ten university. They could leave. They could quit the sport, because they don't love it as much. Or they could really just position themselves to try to, like, improve their draft stock and look at trying to get into the draft in a couple of years. So for me, I think constructing a roster would probably be very college player heavy. Of course, you would hope you have a nucleus of players that, you can build the clubhouse around. And I think that's one thing that really was at play for Nebraska this year, that they had the Dylan Careys and the Josh Overbeeks, and there was a lot of sweat equity with the group of guys that were playing for Nebraska. So there was culture in place. But you're gonna build from, can you get a guy from, like, a hard-throwing right-hander from Tulane? Can you get a guy from, Barton County Community College?
Picture from Iowa.
Yeah, let just try to get college guys and keep an eye on some of those potential high school signees that you told, we think it's best, instead of coming here and riding the bench, we want you to go get live at bats at Hutch.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do it, but you have to maintain pretty regular communication with them, because if they go to Hutch and they bang 25 home runs, you want to make sure that you're their first phone call when it's time for them to go from JUCO back to, Division I, Division, whatever it looks like. So that's what makes it really complicated. But overall, to answer the question, I would probably be pretty light on high school players. I would be pretty heavy on college players. And I would just hate to say it, because you're right, I am a purist, but the way it is now, if you want to be successful, I'm pretty heavy on trying to sign NIL deals and get guys out of the transfer portal.
It's interesting, too, because baseball has long done it this way, too, where college baseball has thrived scouring the junior college ranks. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of naturally inherent to the success at the sport. So to hear you talk about junior college and its impact, there are so many good baseball players that need the live at bats. It's weird. I don't have any real problems with baseball and the junior college ranks, because they've been connected to each other for so long. I mean, John Sanders was the king of junior college and recruiting out of state. Like, it's just been woven into the baseball fabric.
Is that a quality of play issue for you? Like, you trust the quality of play more than you do with basketball or football?
I think to Kevin's point, the live at bats is so critical. And there are very few high school guys ready to see those guys from 60 feet 6 inches the way that they're shoving. I think is that too out of the realm of what you're thinking? Like, the live at bats thing, I think, is critical.
It is, because baseball is an insanely difficult sport. 100%. And it's not, if you can make a free throw, you can make a free throw, right? But sometimes, seeing a fastball come in and finding it on the barrel at 60 feet 6 inches, like, it's really, really hard to do. And sometimes you might be able to do it when you're 19 years old, and you might not be able to do it at 21, and vice versa. And to the point, there's really good baseball players in junior college. Really good baseball players in junior college.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of my question.
Yeah. And it's not because they're not good enough to make it at the Division I level. It's because these Division I rosters sometimes are log jammed. If you're a really good catcher,
you have to buy time.
Yes,
especially when they're expanding scholarships.
Yep.
And it might be a situation that, maybe you're a late bloomer. I mean, Paul Skeens is a fantastic example. Like, I watched a story recently of him saying when he was a, 13, 14-year-old, like, he was the last in the batting order He wasn't a very good baseball player when he was at the youth level. And then all of a sudden, high school wise, he got okay. And then he just exploded as a college player. And sometimes it takes a while to figure out like what your true potential is and really get after it. And sometimes physically, especially I have a 12-year-old son. I was just at Cooperstown. 12-year-old is one of the craziest things ever because you have some boys that have hit puberty and some boys that are far from puberty. So, you know, we saw instances where it looked like Judge Altuve out there on the youth scale because you had a boy that's like 6'1", 185, and then he's standing next to a kid that's like 5'1" and a $110. And we watched the championship game of the tournament we were at. And it was the championship was the number 8 team in the country, according to the Perfect Game, versus number 18. And watching the kid that was going to start for Premier National, who won the thing, like I think he was throwing 80 miles per hour, and he was 6 feet, and he had a nasty slider. But he's a man amongst boys at his age, and there's just some kids that they've hit puberty, they're big, and so the kids that aren't big, they still have to have an opportunity to get big. And it will come for some of them because those guys might not really find their swing and find their power or find their, really explode as a shortstop or whatever position they play in the field until they're late in high school. And if you're a late bloomer, guess what? Your metrics earlier, if you went to showcases when you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, your numbers look far different than they are at the back end of your high school career. And it might even take off when you're in college. So there are good players because development is so different from baseball. There are good players in junior college. There are good players in Division II. There are good players in Division III. And so that's where, as a coach of a Division I program and some of these College World Series teams, go back and look at some of the CWS teams' rosters. And you know how you can look at the names, the hometown, the height, the weights. Look at their previous school. Some list just the high school. And then others have like 3 schools attached to it. And it's a high school, it's a junior college, it's another college, and now it's Alabama, or now it's Georgia. And so the paths to like stardom in baseball is just so completely different than a lot of other sports. But back to the original point, I feel like junior college is not there isn't an asterisk next to going to junior college and then, catching on to a Division I roster. I think that more times than not, that might be the norm, and it's a totally cool path. And if you look at some of the players that have really starred at Nebraska, Jabba Chamberlain played at Nebraska Kearney before he was Jabba Chamberlain at Nebraska. And I don't think Jabba would have traded that for the world because it allowed him opportunity to get on the mound early in his college career. And you could see wow, the ball jumps out of his hand. He's a strong pitcher. He's a power pitcher. He's got nasty stuff. And it allows him the opportunity to play while waiting for a chance to play at a pretty elite university. And there's so many other examples of that. I mean, Tanner Lubach, I know Tanner Lubach wasn't the biggest star at Nebraska, but man, he provided some great innings behind the plate for the Huskers and one of the most iconic moments of the Big Ten tournament for the Huskers, hitting a walk-off home run with Darren Hurrdat as the head coach. Tanner Lubach didn't come straight to Nebraska out of high school. He went to Lincoln Southwest, went to junior college, caught on at Nebraska, and ends up being a pretty important part of, the Hurrdat era.
It's just fascinating. And I am admittedly a little biased just because of my love of baseball, but it doesn't take long. It can be played so many different ways. So the late bloomer, I didn't see Jed Dalton when he left Papio as being the Jed Dalton that came back to Nebraska. And it's no disrespect. I mean, he was a great high school baseball player, but he was bigger. He was stronger. He was fast. I look at, Tim Decker, who I played with, a left-hander who went to Creighton, was not the same as Sean Peterson, who went to K-State that I played with. That was, 6'4" and 220. There are so many different ways to approach baseball. It's not like when you look at other sports, it's like there are these certain benchmarks that they have to hit.
Yeah, if you're a quarterback, your hand has to be this big, or it's just never going to work.
You have to see. Baseball is just one of those different kinds of sports. It's like Braden Smith is an anomaly. Those guys are all over in baseball where they may not look a certain way, but they're really good at.
Yeah, if your skill set's good enough, almost any body type will work.
Right. Like baseball, I just think it's unique that way.
you operate in space. You know, you look at football, you look at basketball, you look at these, like you are physically up against somebody. There is like close proximity, and you have to be bigger, stronger, and faster. Baseball, you are operating in space. Look at some of the best shortstops of all time. They're not huge, massive.
They all look different. They look different.
And so it really comes down to, you know, as a hitter, see the ball, hit the ball, and as a fielder, put the ball in your glove and deliver a good throw across the diamond. You know, and if you look at this year's College World Series, there are 2 native Nebraskans that are going to be playing at the CWS. One's from Kearney, one's from Grand Island. Those are both in our viewing area. I'll be on this isn't Cale Fountain at the College World Series. You know, this isn't Max Anderson at the World Series.
Good Cam Kojal.
Good call.
I'm not saying that these guys aren't good players, but they weren't players when they were at Kearney High School and Grand Island High School. That they weren't the stars of the area anyway. But they were good ball players, and they're serving a role with their teams. So baseball is just so crazy, and I'm so happy for both those guys that they're going to be, getting interview requests at Media Day tomorrow, and there's going to be camera crews on them, and of course you're going to hear the warm and fuzzy stories of, they get to be back home. They're in their home state playing on the greatest show on dirt. That's awesome. But if you rewind 4 or 5 years, frankly, they're just another guy on a pretty decent high school baseball team.
How about a guy like Bohm's journey in high school?
Yeah.
Right. With the multiple school, baseball, it's fascinating.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't have looked at it. Was he was gross?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have looked at him at gross and been like,
before
all-star. MLB All-Star
before he winds up
right.
around Collie, right? It's like, I don't know. You're right. It's a fascinating sport to say the least, Kev.
But there are also dudes, Cale Fountain, because I just mentioned him.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take long to look at Cale Fountain and say, that's a dude, he's going places. And, but those are kind of the anomalies, and there is still space for somebody who's less heralded or undersized to still find their way and have their own success story. And that's, like Jackson Reitz. Jackson Reitz was a dude, one of the best high school baseball players I've ever seen. And the fact that he's made it up to the majors multiple times, that's not surprising because big guy and super talented and a dude.
Let me get you out on this. And this is more the kind of the caregiver, the parent. And I see this a lot in softball. I see it a ton in baseball. How closely do you watch burnout with the rigor and attention to detail that comes with playing baseball? Just repetition after repetition after repetition. You see it get to young men and young ladies quite a bit. Do you worry about burnout with the level of execution that has to happen in baseball?
Yeah, and also all these kids, young boys want to play in the major leagues. They want to play in the College World Series. They want to get drafted. So they put a lot of pressure on themselves at a pretty young age. And I think that's a factor in burnout. It's not just demands and some of these. I mean, my son is playing a team in a couple of tomorrow. 57-3 already this year. They're coming in from Tennessee. All right, so they're amazing, right? And they're gonna have some dudes. Let's not kid ourselves. They're gonna be really, because they're playing in the Slump Buster tournament, and I'm excited to watch them play. But how many of those guys are going to be playing college baseball? Probably a lot. But how many of the guys are going to love it when they're in college baseball?
Yeah.
Because they're playing so many games. So I think that there's like a pressure factor that leads to burnout. I feel like there is just a volume of games that leads to burnout. I think that there are some guys who are overutilized as pitchers. There is a local team. I'm not going to say who it is. They have 2 pitchers, both really good at my son's age, and we see them throw all the time. I call them jokingly, one is Tommy, the other one is John. You can say why. Their arms are just getting overused, in my opinion. And so that's not only burnout, that's also like fear of what's happening to, their body and what's going to happen to all those muscles. I've seen it too many times already that guys are, 16 years old and they're getting Tommy John surgery. And that's really disheartening to me. But there's also kids that just, if you have the right environment and the right coaches, they're going to absolutely love the game. With my older son, there was one of the best players that I think he played against all through the years, 8U, 9U, 10U, all the way through. When he was 4, he got to do the 14s year twice. And the story that I know is that his second year at 14 and under baseball, really good baseball player, he tapped out right before the state tournament. Just kind of done.
Yeah.
You know, he had just done enough baseball and just kind of, it was a chore for him to play. You know, so this is an 8th grader. It was a chore for him to continue to go back to the ballpark. And he just kind of became interested and found enjoyment just swimming at the local pool.
Yeah, I played with a great player, similar, a guy by the name of Rob Egan, who was tagged early. He was right after Rob DeBoer came up as kind of one of these prodigies. And Egan played short at Northwest, and is the main reason why I moved to the outfield, because I wanted to play early. And very similar kind of story with burnout. And he was arguably, as a middle schooler, next to maybe Mike Stick, probably the best hitter that I'd ever seen, not named Greg Olson. So it's just like, it's amazing how fast stuff like that can happen with just the rigor that comes with trying to conquer the sport. It's fascinating.
But there are also, boy, you know, I want to make sure that we're staying balanced on this too. You know, there are stories of this. They're sad. And as a baseball guy, I'm like, oh my God, you're too good to not play. But ultimately, you want the kid to be happy, right? Yep. And so, you know, I've seen high school kids that give up halfway through their career just because they want to go hunt and fish a little bit more. And if that makes you happy, you know, who am I to judge? Go be happy. And that's ultimately what we want out of these individuals. But there's also kids that are just driven by baseball, and they love being in the cage, and they love just being a part of the game, and they love the clubhouse. And, you know, that's just what they do. And it gives them life. And so if that's there are examples of kids that, you know, they love baseball, they pour their heart and soul into it, and they continue to ride it all the way through, you know, a really long Major League Baseball career. There are baseball guys, and it is a taxing sport too. You know, it's mentally challenging, it's physically challenging.
And I think it's the longest of the select sports. AAU gets a bad rap for only having a couple months off. I think baseball is still the one sport where if you take 3 months off, you feel like you're behind. It's a 9-month sport.
Well, look at the teams from the South, right? They're able to play it year round outside. And generally those are, you know, the team that I just referenced, Premier National, that won the tournament in Cooperstown, you know, they're out of Texas. And those boys, I guarantee, they're on the field 6 times out of the week, if not 7.
How are you 57-3 already in June?
Yeah, early June. How you played 60 games in early June? He's starting like January 4th. What's going on?
Yeah. Yes, they are playing year round. And well, we'll see what this 57-win team looks like tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that we're going to take an L on that one.
Hey, all right, about to be 57-4, baby. Let's roll.
See it's like we know that slump busting tournaments and CWS go hand in hand, man. All of these fields in the area are being utilized, and it's like, oh, it's slump busting time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Kev.
That's part of the chaos. That's part of the chaos around town. It's not just, you know, Jello shots at Rocco's. There's also orange juice shots over in Council Bluffs.
And then the parents need Jello shots because they've had to watch 18 youth baseball games in a row.
All right, buddy. Stay safe out there with all the energy that you parents provide at these baseball games, man. It's getting chaotic.
Yeah, Snackle Box will be packed this week, boys.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Kev.
All right, be good.
That is Kevin Suits, 10-11 News in Lincoln.
You saw the team out. Were they from Kearney that were making the famous TikToks that got booted out of the tournament a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Intense.
You know what you should do? You should beat the heat and the crowds by catching all the college baseball tournament games at Nebraska Ale House. That's part of Warhorse Casino. Enjoy great food, tons of local beers, and a place to place your sports bets just a few steps away in the Warhorse Sportsbook. And tomorrow at 2, Rico and I will be out there hanging out, getting you ready for the premier event in college baseball. Come say hi to Rico and I over at Nebraska Ale House tomorrow at 2. We'll be right back. We're at Sports Live.
Here are the most popular bars you need to know about, starting with the Blatt, which is a rooftop bar and it has the best vodka lemonades you'll find on tap. There's also the Old Mattress Factory with the DJ and stage, the Happy Bar, Rocco's, Lefties, Slowdown, and plenty more. Rocco's is the bar to get your Jello shots. This is an iconic place and it's just steps away from the ballpark. If you want to avoid paying cover or waiting in the long lines, the only way to avoid that truly is to get there early. I'd recommend around 7 or at least before 8 p.m. to try to avoid those crowds and covers. Pro tip for bar hopping in Omaha, bring cash because you can get into cash only lines which are usually quicker, and also you'll need cash for covers. Omaha during the College World Series is truly a magical time. The people in Nebraska are so kind. You're about to experience Nebraska nice, so I will say tip your bartenders well, tip your servers well, and have fun.
No offense, Coach, where's Biggie? But I don't remember what he said. I'm in a zone that, my family has a funny word for it called the ozone. And, I just tap into it and, I'm up there having fun. So I don't know what's happening.
We call it the blackout zone.
Yeah. I've had my moments this season, good and bad, in that zone. But, I'm out there going, giving everything I got and having the most fun I can with this group of boys.
Spencer.
But my dad, he's the reason I'm here. He believed in me. A lot of people didn't. He encouraged me to come here when I graduated from college. And was at home, I was literally mowing grass on the old Forrest Gump snapper. We had one of those. Coach Fox called me and said, "Do you want to come to North Carolina and be the volunteer assistant?" I didn't think anything of it. I coached with Coach. I went home and asked Dad, it sounds like it's literally a volunteer assistant, so I don't know where I'm going to live or have any money. And he said, "Hey, you don't know if you want to coach, so you had a blast last year. Go give it a shot." My dad owned his own business, and I felt like I needed to potentially be the next person that ran that business. But he gave me his blessing. Hey, I didn't start this business for you to run it, and if he hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't be coaching today. But he also is at the games. He loves the games. He's competitive, and I'm just thankful. He's had some health issues, but he still gets after it and still living every day. He's a positive guy. I'm thankful I was raised the way I was, and I'm just thankful, too. He's been to Omaha 8 times, and I'm just thankful because life's short. You don't know what's coming your way, and I'm going to be able to spend time with him in Omaha, which is awesome, and memories that you just can't get back. So I was just taking the moment in for a second.
listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mayo Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, reminding you to give our friends over at Next Gen a call, 402-614-9700. Tell them that DB and I sent you, and get a little vitamin shot with your first order, absolutely free. Or maybe the Zeus. You get the Zeus, maybe a little B12, whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can figure it out, get a little vitamin shot. We might need might need to send some of the crew over, get some of those vitamin shots. It's about to be a long couple weeks for the kids over at Hurrdat Sports. They need a little pep in their step.
With the CWS?
Yeah, I got some long hours. I've been looking at the schedule. I was like, ooh, some of y'all are out here for a minute.
The good thing is once you get there.
Oh, yeah, it's just all adrenaline.
It's just battling getting there.
Yeah.
And for those that have not driven downtown in a little while, give yourself a little leeway, a little wiggle room.
I'm considering alternative.
Getting dropped off?
Yeah, like either dropped off or Ubers or something. Like I don't
Helicopter, maybe?
After the Kobe thing, I'm probably out. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wow, really?
Well, what?
It's all right. Where's my dude?
It's my guy too. I'm just saying.
You know that pilot was a plant, right?
Stop it. Call Next Gen 402-614-9700. We're not doing this today. We're not doing that today.
Just saying.
No, stop.
I'd like to hear more.
No.
Just saying.
Not doing that. Not doing that today.
Like, was he like a cactus, or what kind of plant are we talking?
He was a ficus.
Pretty prickly, you prick. Yes. It's a cactus.
Prickly pear. That sounds like one of Shane's vape flavors.
Shane, you don't strike. Are you a pear guy?
Not a pear guy, not a pickle guy.
Out on pickles?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're fine, but
He likes pickled cheese, though, apparently.
He said, you had pickles on your sandwich yesterday, you said, right?
Yeah, but I would never ask for them.
Yeah.
They were just on there.
Did
so
you
whatever.
save this? Did you cut the sandwich in half?
No.
You just ate the whole thing in the sitting?
Yeah.
Did you get a side?
It was an ice cream cone. Hey, I wanted ice cream. I was hot as hell yesterday, man. It was muggy. The humidity was up. It was loud as shit at my apartment building. I said, you know what?
This dude
I said, I'm out. I'm going somewhere to get something to eat. And
Why was it so loud?
Just stuff was happening.
He said, yeah, I wanted an ice cream cone.
It was hot as shit.
I do have a question because I famously have said I think ice cream is overrated,
It's
and you
not.
guys,
It's a terrible
you
take.
guys,
It's a terrible
flipping
take.
crushed me over that. What do you do with the ice cream cone while you're eating your sandwich? Do you hold it in your hand? Does it have its own stand?
You gotta go ice cream first.
Well, as a matter of fact,
You gotta go ice cream. If it's hot outside, you gotta go ice cream first.
That's ridiculous.
You either go ice cream first or you order the ice cream after you ate.
He's got it to go.
No, I got it for there.
Oh, you ate there?
Yeah, I didn't want to be where I was at because it was loud. So I wanted to be gone for like an hour.
3:45 in the day. What's
doesn't
loud?
It doesn't really matter. So there just happened to be somebody yesterday calling me at about 3:40, but I had ice cream cone in one hand, chicken sandwich in the other hand, and I wasn't doing anything else.
Chicken sandwich.
Are you eating the chicken sandwich and the ice cream cone at the same time?
Yeah.
That's a crazy person.
That's
You're crazy.
So you just like alternating bites, like
I mean, what am I going to do? Just let the
no, you
ice cream
eat the
sit?
ice cream first. That's all you do.
No, you don't.
No, you don't eat the ice cream first. The ice cream is for after the food. You get the ice cream after you get the food.
Oh, that's ideal. But if you order them both at the same time, you have to eat the ice cream first. That's a non-negotiable.
Don't order them at the same time.
I agree with you, man. Chill.
Who made the rules on what order you can eat food? That's
Austin,
ridiculous.
shut up.
Jack says I divorced my third wife because she didn't like ice cream.
Now, why he divorced her is not really
you talking about the third?
The third? The third, Jack.
I'm just saying, if
He
this
gets more legendary by the day.
if number two
What's
doesn't
the
work out,
difference
I'm
between-
not going back to the
He's
well.
probably taking some stunner on the cruise, getting all these.
You think he's got Rodman or Jordan?
And like Frank says, it's like a milkshake and a burger. I mean, why wouldn't you eat both of those at the same time?
Nah.
Milkshake and a what?
Yeah.
A hamburger?
Yeah. A milkshake and a casserole.
Like what?
Wow.
You hit me with the milkshake and a casserole?
Shane, play the cricket drop.
Oh,
I don't have one.
Yeah, which one of you weirdos was that? This dude.
Nah, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. I'm just saying.
Well, that's why the reason why I wasn't able to answer my phone.
If wife.
Oh, I think he's serious.
Oh, damn. Okay, Jack. I see.
Hey, for our podcast listeners, could you read the chat?
He says, "Just love falling in love. Not very good at the rest of it."
Jack must be a G.
I appreciate the self-awareness, Jack.
So did you see where he just took the cruise to?
Yeah. Because that's what
I bet Jack is a baller. Don't let the whole crawfish and skillet thing fool you as part of his southern charm.
I thought he might be a little more country than this, but apparently not. He's going out to Malta, hanging out with his boo. I'm just saying. If
Alex liked to dip his fries in the Frosty, so
yeah, that's a different thing.
No, but you're eating both of them at the same time.
Burger and Frosty, or whatever, chicken sandwich and Frosty, and milkshake or whatever is way different than ice cream.
I'm definitely going to hang out with Jack.
Dude,
Are you saying that country can't do Malta?
Jack seems cool, man.
Jack, wow, that's not what I expected to hear.
Me either. That's a surprise.
Yeah, 3 and I'm out.
No, I'm just saying I'm done after 2. Like if this one doesn't work out, I'm done.
Facts.
Like I'm not going back. Like we're not going back to the well. We're not.
Someone doesn't love.
You can move in with me, Ravi.
Let's go. I'll hang out with Ava.
Now wait a minute. You're engaged. Why do you want a third wheel?
I can't have an in-home Ravi.
That's
wow.
Is that making me a house Ravi or
careful? Wow.
House Ravi is a free elf.
Okay. Okay. This is what we're doing.
Is it still a sock?
I got nothing.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I'm just saying I'm not doing more than 2 marriages.
I'm not letting you get away with this. I have a question.
Okay.
How is that the first thing you thought of?
Well,
they just naturally free flowing.
He said
how?
In home Ravi, and home, and then house, and
you kind of go in this character.
What do you mean?
Does that make me a house Ravi? What?
No, that's not what I did.
You kind of had a little bit of an accent with it. There was a little.
Rico, why you gotta hate me like that? I was doing a Dobby.
Like that's just off the old.
I was doing a Dobby the Elf thing from Harry Potter. I don't know what you were doing.
Okay.
House elves.
This is wild, man.
That's all I was doing. I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys just have just zero cares given. We just say whatever.
I didn't know Harry Potter was not allowed to be talked about here.
Okay.
Not a big house elves guy?
Okay. It's fine.
All right. Big Dobby guy. That was my dude.
I don't even know who that is.
I was pretty upset when.
Is that the dude that popped in out of nowhere and talked kind of fast?
Yeah, I think so. The little dude.
He looked like a Smurf with a hat.
Yeah.
Or
he got the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's Dobby.
Okay.
I was pretty upset when. No spoilers. I was pretty upset when he.
I can't believe you this.
What? I'm a big Harry Potter fan.
All of it?
What do you mean? I don't. You guys are gonna get me in trouble.
No, you
guys are
you get you in trouble.
Big fan of the writing?
I like the movies.
Okay.
I also enjoy. So there is the audiobooks. Jim Dale does a reading of the audiobooks. He does a really good job. He does like the voices and stuff. It's really good. What's up?
Just awful quick. awful quick.
Well, I've seen the movies quite a few times. So
Yeah, I feel like this is a Jermaine stop.
what happened?
Stop.
What happened?
It's fine.
I'm fighting this so hard.
I haven't even.
I don't even know why I allow myself to be shocked.
I haven't even said the worst thing that came to my mind, so it's fine.
That wasn't the worst.
Nah.
Kind of sad. I think I'm gonna go to Kobe's question.
He says, bro, I used to feel some type of way about my girl Hermione when I was growing up. Is that like a ginger on ginger thing, Heath? Or
no,
is
wait
that
a minute. She like how
Hermione's
old
not
is
a
she in
ginger.
that movie?
Hermione's a ginger.
No, she's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Whatever you say. She was. I think Heath would have been about age appropriate for growing up at the same. Like I think he would have been about the same age as the characters.
Okay.
Because
isn't that the movie that they had to film kind of at the same time, so Harry didn't grow up?
Yeah. They kind of filmed it in real time. I think Heath is about the. I think he's about the same age. I don't think it's weird for him to have liked Hermione.
I forget what she looks like. I was not into that.
Was Emma Watson? Is that the name? I think it's Emma Watson.
As the character?
I think that's the actor.
Yes, it is. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh no. No.
That's not your type though.
No. She look like a kid.
Hey, Ravi.
He was a kid. Heath was a kid. That's what I mean.
Like today.
What's up, Austin?
Ravi, I have something I need to put on screen, but I'll need you to describe it to the podcast listeners.
I'd prefer not to.
Dude, she's 36.
Heath, you're not 36 yet, are you, Heath?
She's 36.
This is an AI image of me as Dobby the Elf, it appears.
Wow. You're just playing into this. Weird that you would be a part of this, Austin. I'm shocked. House Ravi, huh?
Yeah, he was a house elf. That was his character. He was the house elf.
He's supposed to
Jokic.
I'm sure other elves had different jobs.
Like Elf on the Shelf?
He belonged to a...
Oh, we're not letting you off the hook taking the chicken sandwich bite and then licking the ice cream cone, which is just flat out weird. But, I mean, you do you.
So Heath was actually younger than Hermione, so he's good.
That's fine. It's just weird.
It's not for you. That's fine. It's not for you. It's all right.
It's weird because you're an old man. Like it's fine.
What?
I'm an old man, I guess.
It's unnecessary.
There's lots of... Oh, no, you can't talk about unnecessary.
So I got your back. I'm right here. Yeah, my guy. We'll be right back.
Open doors.
Hurrdat Sports Live.
Wow.
Well, my dad, he's the reason I'm here. He believed in me. A lot of people didn't. He encouraged me to come here when I graduated from college and was at home. I was literally mowing grass on the old Forrest Gump snapper. We had one of those. Coach Foss called me and said, "Do you want to come to North Carolina and be the volunteer assistant?" I didn't think anything of it. I coached with Coach. I went home and asked Dad, it sounds like it's literally a volunteer assistant, so I don't know where I'm going to live or have any money. And he said, "Hey, you don't know if you want to coach, so you had a blast last year. Go give it a shot." My dad owned his own business, and I felt like I needed to potentially be the next person that ran that business. But he gave me his blessing. Hey, I didn't start this business for you to run it, and if he hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't be coaching today. but he also is at the games. He loves the games. He's competitive, and I'm just thankful. You know, he's had some health issues, but he still gets after it and still living every day. He's a positive guy. I'm thankful I was raised the way I was, and I'm just thankful, too. He's been to Omaha 8 times, and I'm just thankful because life's short. You know, you don't know what's coming your way, and I'm going to be able to spend time with him in Omaha, which is awesome, and, you know, memories that you just can't get back. So I was just taking the moment in for a second.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Really the stuff of legends, what he did. Here's Marner, dragging Blake along. Anderson circles the net. Centers one, they score! William Carlson makes it 3-2. Oh, a terrible turnover. Jarvis is stopped by Hart. Oh, my goodness. Now out in front, Stahl. He scores while falling down.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Eddie Garcia, host of the Puck Podcast, as well as many other things. Eddie, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you guys?
We are hanging in there, silly as ever. Eddie, do you have any this is weird that I'm going to go here, but I trust you because you're authentic. Do you have any weird, like, oh gosh, I was a kid, crushes of people that were in movies? Do you have any of those claim to fames?
Sure.
Give me an odd one that you're like, oh God, I was going through a phase. Mine is.
I'd have to think about that one.
Like, for some reason, and she's terrible now because I still watch the movie. Like the lady in Weird Science, like I thought was a big deal when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're a kid, sure. Especially the subject of that one where you create your own, you know.
I convinced myself it was a phony accent.
Yeah, and then you find out she was married to Steven Seagal, and you're like, oh,
yeah, super weird. It's like, I don't know. You don't have any of those as a kid, Eddie?
I probably do, but it's early in the morning here, guys. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, that Molly Ringwald in old Breakfast Club. No. All right, Eddie. I am shocked. Maybe you aren't. And I think I got fooled. I do. I think this is two things. Number one, I got fooled by how Vegas played Colorado and how they kind of controlled the neutral zone and did not allow the Avs to skate almost at all. I am floored that this Stanley Cup Finals is so wide open. How and why?
That's a great question. But you're right. I think most people thought that this final series would be a lot more low scoring, not nearly as wide open and wild as it's been. No lead has been safe. That is for sure in this one. I don't know. I don't know if I have a good answer for why it's been so wide open, but as a fan of neither team, I mean, I have my feelings as far as which team I'm rooting for. But No, it's been a terrific Stanley Cup Final. Unpredictable. Just rally. Everybody comes back. every game. A team has overcome a 2-0 deficit. It's wild to think about, but it's been a ton of fun.
Eddie, are you surprised at all? You mentioned overcoming the 2-0 deficits. Are you surprised at all that that blowing those leads hasn't seemed to have like a lingering effect on any of those teams?
I mean, yes and no. I think, what is very remarkable, it seems to me, about hockey players, maybe more than other sports, is their ability to turn the page. It's almost robotic in some ways. It's even kind of weird that they don't even celebrate much, even after a huge win. It's like it's so ingrained in them to game's over, next game, game's over, next game. And these two teams have done that as well as anybody. So I there's no momentum. I really felt. I remember I was talking about this in one of the shows I was doing after game 2 and game 3, where Vegas had a 4-0 lead, and Carolina comes back to tie it, but then loses it in overtime. I was saying for game 4, I go, I don't feel that Vegas has any momentum from that win. As incredible as that win was, it just felt like I really felt Carolina had a great chance of coming back in game 4 and winning, and they did. So there's no carryover in this series to me at all so far, and I don't anticipate that really being the case going forward. Both teams have done a tremendous job, not only from game to game, but from period to period of just, this game's not over. We're fine, and come back and tie it up. It's been wild.
Well, let me ask you something here, Eddie, kind of along the lines of the first question about it being so wide open. Carolina, I think, definitely has more versatility in terms of their style of play, but Vegas has been very good skating and being opportunistic. You think if Vegas had their choice stylistically of how the game would go, do you think they would change much outside of what happens in the third period?
I think you never want to fall behind. It's happened obviously now in games 1 and games 4. They probably want to start a little bit better. Maybe particularly on home ice as well. They did not get off to a great start in game 4. But they're a counterpunching team, so I don't know that it's not that they want to fall behind. They don't, but they're a team that certainly doesn't panic at all, no matter what the circumstances are. But I think maybe just starting a little bit better in a couple of games. I mean, nobody wants to expend the energy to have to come from behind, over and over again. Probably isn't ideal.
Eddie, all the time we talk about with hockey, getting that hot goalkeeper and having that be the thing that sort of leads you to the Stanley Cup. But Carolina finds itself in a very different position, obviously. They're tied at 2-2, so they're very much in this thing, but they pull Anderson in game 3. Mm-hmm. They go and start Bussy in game 4. Like, what do you think that thought process was for them? And do you expect it to be Brandon the rest of the way out?
I don't know about the rest of the way because I don't know the status of Frederik Andersen. Rod Brind'Amour is an honorable man. I don't believe him when he said the reason they didn't start him, the reason he wasn't dressed as the backup was because they wanted to rest him. That's baloney. I mean, we all saw him get hit in the head. He got hit in the head in game 3. And, there's video of him, like morning skate, talking to the coach, looking like he's saying, I can't go. Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes no sense, honestly, that he would not have him be the backup if he was available in game 4. So I think he's hurt, but regardless, I would have started Brendan Bussy in game 4. And there's no way I'm not starting him in game 5. He was their goalie for most of the season. The way he came in game 3 in relief and was so good in the third period and in the first overtime period to keep them in it, and then just a fluke goal beats them. And the way he played in game 4, there's there's the team is used to him being the number one goalie. He was the number one goalie all regular season and played great. He's an older rookie. He's been in the minor leagues for a long time, but now obviously he's getting his shot. And I don't know if you saw the post-game interview with him right up on the bench right after game 4. Man, goalies are a different breed. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But just the way he was just like, oh, shucks. And, if I play the next game, I'll play the next game, whatever. I'm just so happy to be here. And I think it was sincere because, he's been a guy who's been in the minors and now suddenly he's winning a game in the Stanley Cup Final. So good for him for even in that moment realizing, kind of how lucky he is to be there. But no, I definitely think he's I'll be beyond stunned if he isn't the starter in game 5. And whether what happens after that, I think depends on how he performs and how Frederik Andersen if he's available. But I would anticipate that it's Brandon Bussy's net the rest of the way.
Eddie, you give me purist vibes, so I'm hoping you got an opinion on this. Are you okay with kind of I think Vegas is kind of the villain in this for me, just because
without question.
Just
yes.
The Bruce Cassidy thing, and there's just lots. Is there any part of you that follows this sport so closely that understands why what's happening with Cassidy post firing is happening with Cassidy?
Yes, Vegas loves. Not only are they the villain, they relish in being the villain. They're the. If you're old enough to remember, they're like the Oakland Raiders of the 70s and maybe 80s, I guess too. They don't care what the league thinks. They don't care what other teams think, other fan bases think. They're going to do what they're going to do. And honestly, they don't even care what their own fan base thinks because they had a goaltender named Marc-Andre Fleury, who's probably the most beloved player in their franchise and one of the most beloved players of his generation of any player in hockey. And they promised him he was going to be their goalie going forward, and they got rid of him very unceremoniously because they thought they had another goalie who was cheaper and it would be better. They are all about business, kind of like maybe the Patriots were like that in their heyday as well, where they would cut a player if they felt Tom Brady. They would rather get rid of a guy too soon than too late. And Brady, they just did that to the greatest quarterback in the NFL, and he goes and wins a Super Bowl somewhere else. So they're definitely the villain. There's no doubt about that. But they love it. They the fine they got for not doing the post game press conference in the series against Anaheim.
Yeah.
I mean, they come off like they're sorry, but they're not sorry. And you know what? It works almost all the time with them. They'll get rid of a coach. They'll get rid of a beloved player. It's all about winning championships for those guys. And you have to, in some ways, admire that. I don't know that they always do business the right way by a lot of people. And maybe at some point it bites them, but so far it hasn't. And it's been incredibly successful doing it their way, all about winning. That's all they care about. Right? Al Davis, just win, baby.
Through obviously it's 2-2, so this might be a little bit of a silly question, but just based on the way the games have gone, do you feel like in the back half of this series one team has a significant edge over the other, or you just say, hey, like it's deadlocked for a reason, this is where we're at?
I would say significant. No, I don't think there's a significant advantage. I think Carolina has a bit of an edge. I think it's a little bit. I always feel like you make your own luck. But at the same time, there have been some pretty fluky goals that have gone in for Vegas off of Carolina players, very important goals too. And if you cut down on those, or you're a little bit luckier on those, then I think Carolina's probably been a little bit of the better team. But at the same time, it's best of 3. And I have no idea how this is going to finish, which is great. I don't anticipate things changing in terms of how tight these games have been. Wouldn't be surprised to see more overtime. I have no feel on the way it's going to go. I don't know that home ice is, even though Carolina's been a great home team, I don't know that home ice is going to be a difference if it goes to a game 7, which I predicted it would. So hopefully that happens. We know it's going at least 6. So I don't think anybody has any kind of a significant advantage at this point going forward.
Last one from me, Eddie. Why do you think the third period has been such a bugaboo for Vegas?
I hate to say I don't know, but no, I don't know. I really don't. I have no good answer for that. I don't have a good answer for that. Sorry.
It's interesting just because, I mean, they've got depth. They used their lines. I'm looking at ice and shift times. It's not fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, Tortorella, though, is not opposed. I think Tortorella is more than Brindamore willing to shorten his bench and go to his guys than I think Brindamore is like roll 4 lines, wear you down, use our depth, that kind of a thing. So Torts is a little bit more. I'm gonna live and die with my main guys, if you will. So yeah, he will do that. He did that in Game 4 a little bit too.
That is our guy, Eddie Garcia, host of the Puck Podcast, host of Locked On LA Kings. Eddie, appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the rest of the series.
Same to you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and I will definitely enjoy the rest of this as well.
Absolutely. Always appreciate your time, Eddie. You got that golden voice. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
That's Eddie Garcia, host of the Puck Podcast. Make sure you check out him on Twitter as well. It's Eddie on Fox is his handle.
On Fox.
You can see he does 8 different podcasts. He does a million of them. So check him out if you're a big hockey fan.
Yeah. Go ahead then, House Ravi.
Listen, big Dobby guy. That was the hardest part of the movies when Dobby died.
You need a timeout.
What do you mean?
You do.
Maybe you need a timeout. I think you're about to go, aren't you?
I think you're pretty naughty.
What do you mean?
I do, man. Again.
I don't know. See, look here. Why is his thumb?
Wait, whose dialect was that?
Why is his thumb so long? What's happening here? Why is the thumb as long as the middle finger? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
he's got range.
I don't even recognize what we're doing. My man does not be losing any thumb wars. I know that.
Be losing?
Yeah.
Hey, Ravi, who was your weird movie crush?
I think so. I was a Kelly Kapowski guy from Saved by the Bell. I don't know if that's a weird one.
Though.
I don't know that I have.
Mine's actually weird.
What's yours?
You like Joe from Facts of Life?
Helena Bonham Carter.
I don't even know who that is.
Big Harry Potter guy or Fight Club?
Well, in her, just like in everything she's in. I don't know why.
She's I'm trying to think of it. You seen Fight Club?
She was in Planet of the Apes. She was in.
Oh, I know her. She has the big eyes, kind of with the thick lips.
She's always got crazy hair.
Yeah, she's British.
Yeah,
I know.
She's married to.
It looks like she's on a bender, all the time. She has those.
She looks a little tweaky. Yeah,
tweaky, like Buck Rogers.
Like Tweaky.
You probably never seen Buck Rogers. Is it Twiggy or Tweaky, Shane? The little silver dude.
I haven't seen that for a long time, but we had a dog that I named Buck after Buck Rogers.
Really? Kelly Kapowski is not.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't have a weird one. I don't think.
Winona Ryder as well.
Ali Sheedy, Breakfast Club. That would be weird. You like lice?
I don't like Breakfast Club. I don't like any of that stuff. We've been over
You
this.
should.
80s movies out.
Olivia Newton-John again, not weird.
Yeah, Corey, or Alex, I think everybody was Jamie Lynn Sigler in that age for Sopranos. I think that was pretty common. I don't think that was a weird one.
I never sat through this. I watched
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I was on TikTok. Again, not weird.
Okay.
Was it Basic Instinct? Was that the movie?
Again, not weird.
No,
that was Sharon Stone.
Oh, I never saw that one.
Trading Places.
Again, not for me.
That's why I brought it up.
Dominic says Pink Power Ranger. I was never really. I know Pink Power Ranger was a thing for a lot of people my age.
Pink Power Ranger's getting some run. I don't know who Pink Power Ranger is.
It was all right. He says, we're going to take a break here. He says Lola Bunny from Space Jam couldn't get it. That is a weird one.
RC from the Transformers franchise.
Cartoons?
That's why I said that's a weird one.
Oh, not even heavy metal. He went cartoons. Wow. All right, then, Heath.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
But my dad, he's the reason I'm here. He believed in me. A lot of people didn't. He encouraged me to come here when I graduated from college and was at home. I was literally mowing grass on the old Forrest Gump snapper. We had one of those. Coach Foss called me and said, "Do you want to come to North Carolina and be the volunteer assistant?" I didn't think anything of it. I coached with Coach. I went home and asked Dad, it sounds like it's literally a volunteer assistant, so I don't know where I'm going to live or have any money. And he said, "Hey, you don't know if you want to coach, so you had a blast last year. Go give it a shot." My dad owned his own business, and I felt like I needed to potentially be the next person that ran that business. But he gave me his blessing. Hey, I didn't start this business for you to run it, and if he hadn't have told me that, I wouldn't be coaching today. But he also is at the games. He loves the games. He's competitive, and I'm just thankful. He's had some health issues, but he still gets after it and still living every day. He's a positive guy. I'm thankful I was raised the way I was, and I'm just thankful, too. He's been to Omaha 8 times, and I'm just thankful because life's short. You don't know what's coming your way, and I'm going to be able to spend time with him in Omaha, which is awesome, and memories that you just can't get back. So I was just taking the moment in for a second.
Community is also obviously pretty important and of significance. Can you discuss how Flags for Charity came to be and then who is involved this year?
Sure. So we are so proud to, after year one, 2011, we were able to buy the Rosenblatt flagpoles as a group and keep them together and kind of carry on the tradition of baseball in Omaha for years to come. And that's definitely one of the best sites to visit when people come. They need to go check out the Rosenblatt flagpoles, and it's right, where you all are located. The sponsorship that we have this year, where we are making a big deal about the last man standing. So when those elimination games happen, you definitely want to be part of who gets picked to lower that flag to half mast. It's great fun. But Flying Flags for Charity was born of that purchase and mounting those flagpoles on our site. We wanted to recognize 8 local nonprofits, and so we've worked with over 85 over the years.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's Rico. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. DB had to get to a little practice, a little football practice.
Whatever.
Apparently he does that.
Whatever. It's like he's a football coach or something.
Apparently, he's going to get to a little practice, a little passing league.
They don't even pass that much. Just hand the ball off.
Yeah, just hand it to Tate. You'll be fine.
That's all you need. You do that, you win.
Just hand the ball to Tate. We'll be all right.
That's it. What do you have, a Power 4 conference quarterback?
Oh, you got an Elite 11 quarterback?
Whatever.
Okay, just hand the ball to Tate.
All right, you have an SEC level quarterback? Whatever.
It's fine. Just hand the ball to Tate.
No big deal.
We got a lot of feelings in the chat. April from the Ninja Turtles got some run, but I can't cover grill.
Okay.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Dominic says Rogue from the original X-Men. I don't know if you mean
That's
the
a good choice.
cartoon or
Both.
the 1999 one.
Both.
Okay, fair. Carol likes Rey from Star Wars.
Okay.
What else do we
Daisy
got
Ridley.
here? Yep, Daisy Ridley. Corey says Deanna Troi from Star Trek Next Gen. That's a deep cut. Matt just says Heidi Klum. I think everybody. That's literally
Okay,
a
that's
supermodel.
Yeah, that's not weird.
Not sure you understand the game here.
Yeah.
He says hot take, but Wendy Peppercorn not that hot.
Just watched The Sandlot for like the 4th time in a couple of weeks the other day. The kids love it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I always forget that the little kid says shit in that scene.
Oh yeah. There's some naughty words in that movie.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah, it's funny though.
And now we're watching Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year is good. I like Rookie of the Year.
She's a bad mom.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Like I don't know if anybody remembers that movie. She's just like he gets home from practice and from the game. She goes, "How was the game?" It's like, "Oh, you weren't there?"
Yeah, it's like you have a literal child playing in a professional baseball game. Maybe you.
No. For before he has he has the surgery, then she's with him.
Yeah, she's
not
not
when he's in the big leagues.
Yeah, she's not.
Then
in it.
she's there.
I also have a problem with that. This was like a trope in the 90s, I think, where maybe 80s too, where it's like, hey, the big conflict of this movie is that mom's boyfriend sucks.
Yep.
Where it's like, hey, if you're a single parent and you're dating someone and they're like actively not cool to your kid, don't date that person.
Yeah,
that's not that hard.
Seems pretty simple.
That's pretty
This
self-explanatory.
is coming from a guy who doesn't like kids.
I don't, and famously don't have any either.
Yeah.
Despite what some people may have believed.
Okay, if you say so.
I don't. Just dogs and a cat. Kenny says Princess Leia. I think that was pretty common.
That one was a popular one.
Yeah, I think that one was pretty common. He also says Buffy the Vampire
Yeah,
Slayer.
nobody's really going off the grid. Like mine were weird.
The other one that got brought up, like for people my age, Topanga from Boy Meets World was a big deal.
That's a popular one.
Yeah, that was a very popular one. I can't think of any like super weird ones though.
I can't either. I mean, you guys just gotta like go back into your mind's eye and just be like, all right, when I was a child, what older woman did I think was attractive? That's where you really have to go.
I'm surprised Heath after the Lola Bunny thing didn't hit me with like a Kim Possible or something, like just coming out of nowhere with the cartoons. Feels like you might have had a thing for Kim Possible.
Just remembered that one.
You doing okay? Do you need a minute?
That one just hit me.
Did you want to be her naked mole rat?
I wanted to be her Unstoppable. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't realize that till right now.
Yeah, we found something out about Rico. I'm uncomfortable sitting next to you right now. How you feeling about the game tonight? You doing okay?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I told you before, and I'll tell everybody.
That was like biting the blanket.
Watching Kim Possible. I was a child. I feel good about this game.
Okay.
I feel really good. If the Knicks didn't have stupid turnovers and if Mikal Bridges was able to play, I think that they win game 3, regardless of Wemby going off and having a really good game. So, as long as they just play the brand of basketball that they've played all season, minus like that rough stretch in January or February, I think they'll be just fine.
What's your level of concern that Cat just cannot score in the fourth quarter?
That's really starting to piss me off.
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
he starting to get weird.
He took one shot, maybe two.
Starting to get weird
in the in game 3. I think it was one, like
yeah,
3-pointer.
I think he took one shot,
and he's getting guarded by a smaller forward or a guard.
Yeah,
and they're just refusing to pass the ball to him. And I understand Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter is a big deal, and he does this, he does that, but he's also getting the crap beat out of him. And there's somebody just blanketing him the whole time. So how about you get other people involved, and maybe that'll open things up for him. I don't know. Seems like a good idea. You have an all-NBA player who can stretch the floor and isn't being guarded by the 7'5" freak. So I don't know. Seems like a pretty good idea to give this 7-footer some run.
Yeah, I mean, you're asking a lot of Jalen Brunson to just continually bail you out. You're also just not playing very smart basketball in the sense of like, hey, like the Spurs are basically trying to force someone else to beat them. And part of the appeal of the Knicks is that they had lots of different options, right? Whether it's Bridges or Cat or Anunoby or Hart or Shamet or right, like lots of different options, right? And I think it's really weird that in kind of crunch time they're going away from that. Even I get what Brunson is, right? I get what he does in fourth quarters, but when he's being guarded a certain way, you sort of have to say, hey, outside of a few key moments, you got to do a little bit better job of giving what the defense or taking what the defense gives you.
When he's being face guarded and getting his jersey pulled and not pushing people in the back of the head, maybe don't give the ball to him. Maybe let him go off into the corner, and if he's open, pass the ball to him, or have him run some cuts, run behind some screens, do what Steph Curry used to do and just run off of 12 different screens until he finally gets open. But also, you have a guy who is 7 feet and isn't being guarded by the other team center, who can see over whoever is guarding him and can make those passes or shoot the ball or drive. Like, you have so many other options on the team, and they just continue to just go to Brunson. And again, I understand what he is. I understand the Brunson burner in the fourth quarter, but like, give him some help.
If you're having, if they're trying to guard Cat with like Castle or Keldon Johnson or whoever, or Carter Bryant, anybody, I mean, literally anybody but Wemby or Luke Cornett, basically, you have to, like,
hell, even if it is Luke Cornett.
Sure, yeah. Like, you have to change up your game, because I know they want him to do like the point Cat thing and whatever. But like, if he's being guarded by a guard, you have to put him down on the block and just say, hey, go to work.
Yeah.
Right. And they haven't done that at all.
The fact that they do not get him the ball on the block in the post
when he's being guarded by 6'5", 6'6" guys
is really pissing me off.
Yeah, it's
because
terrible.
you just keep having him run up, set a screen, and not roll, stay out there. He pops, you'll give him the ball, he'll fake the three, drive, and kick it out. And it's like, no, if you're going to drive, if Wemby's not there, finish it.
What you're experiencing right now is the problem with Mike Brown as a head coach. Like, he's very good at adjusting between games. Like, he's a really smart basketball mind. That's why people love him as an assistant coach, right? That's why he's worked for guys like Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr. And like, that's why he keeps getting opportunities, because he's a really good basketball mind. He's not very good in game. Like, he's not good at in-game adjustments to say, hey, they're doing this. Let's abandon the thing we came in here planning to do because they made an adjustment. Let's go do this instead. He's not good at that. He never has been.
But they did that against Cleveland.
I think that was the players. I don't think that was Mike Brown. I think
like
the players independently.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But they like realized, they keep switching everything. James Harden can't stay in front of Brunson.
Well, that's the thing they want to do anyway, though.
But they weren't doing that for the rest of the game. They did that in the fourth quarter in that game when they were down 25.
Right.
They finally decided, hey, let's do this. And obviously it worked. And then they did that the rest of the series, and they were targeting him. And this one,
I think that was literally just Brunson saying Harden can't stay in front of me. I don't think that was like an active coaching decision.
I don't know, man. It's getting really frustrating because both teams have amazingly talented players. I think the Knicks, as if you're going talent for talent, I think the Knicks have more talent, at least in the starting lineup, than the Spurs do. Like, Wemby's probably the best player on the court. And then you have like Brunson and Cat are 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And you have all of these guys out there who can do everything that you need them to do. And you have guys who can guard at a high level. And for whatever reason, you're not letting anything flow. Everything seems to be very hard. It's stagnant. Nobody's moving. And even in game 2, it was kind of the same way, where things started getting stagnant and things weren't moving around.
You're relying pretty heavily on Brunson just to do Brunson stuff.
Yes, and you can't do that. No. I get it. Like, if it comes down to it, it's a 1-point game, it's a 2-point game, whatever.
Like, key possessions.
Yeah, like,
but there's
okay,
a reason
but
his efficiency has fallen off the charts. Like, he's under 40% from the field in the series. He's like 30% from 3, and like, there's a reason his numbers have fallen off, because San Antonio, we saw what they did to SGA, right? Really good on the perimeter defensively. They're making him work super hard, and he's doing a pretty good job but you have to make things a little bit easier for him.
And obviously Landry Shamet was going to come back to earth at some point. He was shooting 67% from 3 at one point. Like, he was going to come back to earth. Jordan Clarkson had himself a good offensive game in the last game. OG Anunoby is getting shots up at a much higher rate. Josh Hart had more points in the last game than he had in games 1 and 2 combined. So, like, things are happening, but when it comes down to it and you're relying on one person to do everything for you, and he's getting blanketed and double teamed, and nobody is going to help him out of a double team, you're not going to win that way. You can't rely on one singular person unless it's, and even then, the Spurs don't rely on Wemby to do everything. They've got
like Dylan Harper,
Champagny shooting the lights out from 3. Dylan Harper just keeps driving to the bucket and getting whatever he wants.
Gets a lot of the late, like, kind of the key moment touches. He says Mitch, referring to Mitch Johnson, the Spurs head coach, hasn't been great in game either. I would agree. I don't think he's been as good between games as Mike Brown has, though. Like, there's some real offensive problems with San Antonio, and I don't know if it's solvable with the current personnel where they're at in their careers, right? Like, there's a version of Dylan Harper a year or 2 years from now that's going to look way different than he does right now. They hope there's a version of Stephon Castle that looks different a year from now than he does right now, although I'm less confident there. You know, they hope that there is a version of Keldon Johnson or Carter Bryant that looks different. I agree that I think Harper should start. I don't care if he starts over Fox or if he starts over Castle. Harper has to start.
I think Harper coming off the bench and being in when Wemby's out is a good thing.
So you could do the same thing with Fox, though. Like, Fox has that skill set in terms of being an offensive center for a stretch. And I think you actually need Harper on the floor with Wemby.
Do you think he's still too hurt, though?
Harper?
Fox.
Oh, I don't think so. Like, I don't think so.
He was limping in the last game.
Yeah,
he was still getting buckets, but he was.
I think he looks okay to me.
Okay.
I mean, good enough to do what you're at. And honestly, I think that would probably take some minutes off of him, because you want to play Harper 35 minutes anyway, I think. And so you're only asking.
I mean, I don't want him to play more.
But as someone who, like, if you're just looking at it from a basketball standpoint,
yes,
Harper should definitely be playing
100%
and starting. Like, he's the second best player on that team.
Stop taking threes, though.
I don't think he should stop taking threes. I think he has to take the open ones.
I think just him getting to the rim and just kind of blowing by everybody, and with Wemby in, that would make things a lot more complicated, because he gets to the rim, all of a sudden you're showing the second person to there to stop him. Just throw it up anywhere near the rim, and Wemby's going to get it.
I think he still has to take the open ones. Like, I think
yeah. I mean, if you're wide open, like
Castle should not take the open ones.
I mean, they're leaving Josh Hart wide open. He's taking threes, and he's actually making them now.
Yeah, Castle should not take the open ones. Castle should go ahead and just put his head down, try and get to the basket. Like, don't stop shooting those Castle.
I think Castle should just not be in the game anymore.
I think he should stop. Well, it's because he's really good defensively. You don't want to deal with it.
I think he should stop. I think he should foul out.
What's your level of confidence going into tonight's game?
1 to 10?
Yeah.
7.
That the Knicks win?
Yeah.
What more pressure on the Knicks or the Spurs?
I mean, it's more pressure on the home team. Okay. And the fact that you're up 2-1. Like, the Spurs, and with the Spurs right now, everybody talks about the youth. I think the youth is helping them. And I know everybody talks about this and it's mentioned and it's, beaten to death. They don't know that they're supposed to be nervous. They're just playing ball right now.
Yeah.
And like, the Knicks are an older team. Some of these guys, it's one of these instances where it's like, okay, if you don't get it now, you might not ever get it. Another chance.
This might be your last shot.
So there's a ton of pressure. I know they're playing it off and they're like, it's 0-0. We're just going to go out there and we're going to play ball. It's a ton of pressure on them. And they know, like, the Villanova core knows what it's like to win a championship, knows the pressure of winning a championship, and they're in it again.
I think they also understand, like, I think people understand more in the moment when they realize, like, especially if you've been in the league for a minute, like, the Spurs probably think like, oh, this is easy. We can go back to the finals every year, right? Like, the old OKC core of Durant and Harden and Westbrook talked about that, where they thought they were going to be doing this for a decade, right? Yep. They made one finals ever, and that was it in terms of as a group. So I think there is a part of the youth where you're like, hey, we'll be back. Like, we're trying to win this one, but we'll be back. Don't worry about it.
Dangerous to go early.
I think you look at a team that's a little bit older like the Knicks, and I think there's a self-awareness of, hey, this might be the only shot we get. This is really hard. This might be the only shot we get.
But I think the pressure is going to be what they lean into, and that they play a really good game tonight. I saw somebody say, David says that it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be another all these games are going to be close. They're going to be within 10, 12 points of each other, and it'll only get to 10 or 12 based on free throws at the end.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be very close games unless a star
unless something weird happens.
Unless a Brunson or a Wemby get hurt or
foul
get
trouble
fouled
early.
out. That's the only reason it'll be a blowout for either team.
Yeah.
So I think the Knicks win tonight. I think they go down to San Antonio and probably lose, and then it's Knicks in 6.
All right, you heard it here first.
I would love for it to be Knicks in 5. I want this series. The longer this series goes, the more scared I get.
I thought you wanted it in 4.
I mean, everybody wants it in 4.
No longer.
No,
longer
it's not
an
a
option,
possibility now. So
it's your Christian's Dior, Knicks in 4.
Yeah. Kind of.
Have you picked the blanket in which you're biting?
No, I'm not biting any blankets. That was a one-time thing. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Are you sucking on any blankets?
No, I've never done that. That's weird.
Why you gotta make it weird, Austin?
And I was like biting the blanket.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I immediately regretted saying that as soon as I did.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass out.
I almost did. I was like biting on, like I had a blanket on me and I was like biting the blanket.
Yeah. I almost passed
You said
out.
it several times.
I did.
Yeah.
I tried to make it sound less weird, and it didn't.
It kept getting
And you're
weirder.
just like looking around, and I just like had this blanket and I was like pulling at it. And then I just like brought it up and I was just like biting it because I was so nervous.
Were you trying to do like the towel thing?
Like when you like rip, like when you go like rip something and then you're just like, ah.
Who was the coach that used to bite the towel? That was a thing that a college basketball coach did. I'm trying to think of who it was. It might have been John Thompson III. He had the towel a bunch. I'm trying to remember. There used to be a college basketball
like
coach.
it's not weird, and like people do it in a not sexual way.
No, it's weird.
But when I said it, it was like, damn it, that's not good.
How did you say it?
And I was like biting the blanket.
You're just gonna keep playing that, aren't you?
There's certain things you can't get away with saying on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, bro.
Honestly, if the Knicks win, I ain't even mad.
Oh, it was Tarkanian at UNLV. Thank you, guys.
I honestly, if the Knicks win, I ain't even mad.
Yeah,
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I ain't even mad. That is a great, Heath. I would love for the Knicks to start a game decent for once.
Nah,
that would be great. Don't go down 9-2 right away.
You don't need to do that.
Please do.
You'll be all right.
Just get the lead and hold it. No,
All
I'm
right.
not going to be all right. I'm telling you right now.
Lay off the Mountain Dew. You want to keep your heart rate a little bit lower today.
I have not had a Mountain Dew in like a day.
What?
I know, it's crazy.
A full day?
I need one. Yeah, that's a long time for me.
You doing all right?
No, I'm not.
You keep the heart rate low so the stress doesn't hurt you.
No, I need my heart to just.
I don't think that's good.
It's great. What was it? 250 beats per minute?
No.
What do you mean that's not good?
No, you want
the higher the number.
Nope,
the better.
This is not Nope, that's not how we're not
trying. Bowling.
Not trying to set a high score here.
Golf.
We're closer to golf, although 0 would be bad. 72 par. You want to be at 72.
-5 beats per minute.
Yeah, we're having a different problem then. Different problem.
That's what happens if the Spurs win this series.
That is the show for today. That's Rico. Appreciate him sitting in for the last couple minutes. We will be back tomorrow. And don't forget, come see Rico and I over at Nebraska Ale House inside Warhorse Casino tomorrow at 2 p.m. as we kick off college baseball coverage here on Hurrdat Sports Live. But DB and I will be back tomorrow. That's Rico. I'm Ravi. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.